तस्य ज्ञानाञ्जलाकय चक्षुः येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे श्रीचैतन्यमहाविष्णुं स्थापितं येन बुद्धिः स्वयं रूपः कदामि ददाति स्वनामि श्रीगुरो श्रीधरं श्रीगुरु वैष्णवश्च श्रीगुरु तापरजातं सहगुणरघुनाथानं सजीवं सात्वैकं सावधूतं परिजनते श्रीराधा कृष्णपादां सहगणैकं श्रीविशाखानन्दांश्च हे कृष्णकरुणासिन्धो कान्तराधा नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय वेदान्तस्वामिनाथाय गौरव हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम प्रावोचं भक्ति योगस्य स्वरूपं ते चतुर्विधं कालस्य चाव्यक्तगतेयो तर्धावति जन्तुषु यों तर्धावति जन्तुषु. My dear mother, I have explained to you the process of devotional service and its identity in 4 different social divisions. I have explained to you as well how eternal time is chasing the living entities, although it imperceptible to them. So, Lord Kapila is saying to mother, he has explained about devotional service and also its identity in how bhakti should be done in Chaturvidam. Chaturvidam means here Srila Prabhupada is taking as per 4 divisions. And yeah, Acharyas have independence to take the meaning of word. So as per his convenience, he took Chaturvidam means what? Chaturvidam means what he took? He took 4 divisions of social divisions. So Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya. Bhakti, how it should be done in the Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Sudra. Varna. But actually Chaturvidam means Vishwanathji is telling, I explained Bhakti of 4 types. Triguna, Nirguna, Vedana. That means Satvika Bhakti, Rasika Bhakti, Tamasika Bhakti, Nirguna Bhakti. So Chaturvidam means here, that means here Kapila Bhagavan is winding up now. All the teachings are over. So whatever he wants to say, he said. Yesterday we have seen. Yesterday what we have seen? Even if one wants to get the Brahman realization, they can simply dependent on Bhakti. By that Bhakti, Jnana and Vairagya are produced. By that Jnana, so they can get Brahma Prapti also. So that's why Bhakti should be done. So, and also we see Bhakti and Jnana are in one sense one only because one absolute truth only is achieved. And this Bhakti is the topmost one. But people in this creation, they worship Lord somehow or other in different ways. Yesterday, last point, you remember all of you. That means even one do tapasya, dana, yajna. By that, everyone is realizing Lord only, but in a different ways. Someone is doing the yajna, and he is going to, after getting the yajna, after doing yajna, they are going to Swarga. Swarga is also kind of realization of Lord only. In what sense? Swarga, Sukha, whatever is there, it is nothing but what? It is the portion of the reflection of Lord's pleasure. In this way, they are also realizing some way the Lord. But the point is, but that is not direct realization. Direct realization means reciprocating with Krishna in Golok Vrindavan. That is direct realization. So, but because everything is Lord, na? So whatever the different process they follow, by that process they are getting something that is nothing but Lord's potency only, which is not different from Him. In this sense, everyone he is realizing Lord in different ways. So those ways also we have seen in 34, 35, 36 in these three slokas. Now finally Lord Kapila is saying, my dear mother, I told you four types of bhakti till now. Bhakti is which one top one, but in that four types of bhakti I said, what are those? Satvika bhakti, Rasika bhakti, Tamsika bhakti and Nirguna bhakti. I have explained to you as well as eternal time is chasing living entities. Yes, he's just concluding actually. What things he said, he is saying. I told you about time also. Yes, na? Conditioned soul is gathering the sense objects, and all the sense objects are destroyed by time. We gather so many sense objects, and how his body is also digested by the time. Time is taking away everything that we have discussed. 30th chapter and 31st chapter also we have seen. So the point is, Lord is explained to us in the form of time. I have taken everything. I take everything that also I explained to you. Like that he said. Now, what he is saying we'll see further. जीवस्य संसतिर्बह्वी अविद्या कर्म निर्मिता या स्वांग प्रविशन्नात्मा न वेद गतिमात्मनः. There are varieties of material existence for living entity according to the work he performs in ignorance or forgetfulness of his real identity. My dear mother, if anyone enters into that forgetfulness, he is unable to understand where his moments will end. This also you have seen. If Jivatma became ignorant, that means Jivatma is not able to know his identity. And if he does karma, as per karma, it is going to get the different destinations. As per karma, different destinations we have seen. What are those? What are the different destinations of karma? Mataji? Karmi, Vikarmi? Where he goes? Tamasika, Rajasika or Satvika destinations. Gati, Tamasika Gati, Rajasika Gati, Satvika Gati. These are the three types of gatis of karma. What is Tamasika Gati? For karmis? Karmis, they get Tamasika Gati. What is that Tamasika Gati?
They go to the low planets.
They go to the
Other planets.
lower planets, like hellish planets. That is Tamasic Gati. What is the Rasik Gati?
Same time.
They go to opulence on earth, and what is Rasik Gati? Heaven and heaven. Heaven, Pitraloka, Chandraloka, Indraloka. This Mataji knew, huh? Achha. Today only she is coming, huh? Okay. Okay. So what is the Satvik Gati of karma? Nishkama Karma Yoga and get out from the karma. Karma Vimukti. This is Satvika. That means realizing soul. I'm not body, I'm soul. This is Satvik Gati. So like this, we have various destinations of karma. That also I have discussed like that. Here Kapila is saying. So once one enters into that means whatever he told is just revising that. He's just repeating that. So in the conclusion, we say, "Na, I told this, I told this, I told this," like that. Lord is saying. Once one enter into the continuation of material existence, it is very difficult to get out. Therefore, the Supreme Personality of Godhead comes himself, sends his bona fide representative, and he leaves behind scriptures like Srimad Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavad. So that living in this hovering, the darkness of innocence may take advantage of. भगवान कितना दयालु है ना? दयालु है या नहीं? बहुत लोग भगवान का निंदा करते हैं. क्यों? Hey Lord, we don't know why he kept in this material world and he's making us suffering. He didn't keep anyone. From Anadi we are like this. But what is the arrangement he's doing? God is out of mercy. See, all the Jivatmas were there the beginning in Mahavishnu body, which are covered with avidya and karma. This is Anadi. And all these Jivas, they have karma, and now out of his mercy, what he is doing? He is giving as per their karma. What he is giving? What he is arranging? Huh? What?
Their body. New body.
New body. Subtle and gross bodies. So he is giving subtle and gross bodies for the Jivatma. And if Jivatma gets subtle and gross bodies, by that what it will do? It will do Matrartham Bhavartham Cha Atmane Kalpanaya Cha. So if Jivatma, which is bounded by karma, if it gets subtle and gross bodies, what it do? बोलो यार, बोलो जल्दी बोलो, time नहीं आज. What it will do? With that subtle and gross body, what it will do? It will do karma. अरे बोलते क्यों नहीं आप लोग? एकदम बहुत स्टैग्नेंट है. सबको आंसर पता है लेकिन भी नहीं कोऑपरेट करते हैं. तो थोड़ा सा बोलिए ना आप लोग, थोड़ा सा जाएंगे हम फास्ट जाएंगे. ऐसा देखते रहते, आंसर पता है आप लोगों को, इतना छोटा छोटा आंसर क्यों नहीं बोलते? तो जैसे देखिए, जीवात्मा कर्म से आवृत है, उसको सटल ग्रास बॉडी मिलके तो क्या करेगा? वो कर्म करेगा ना. So it will do karma. And if it be like that, if it is not having any association of sadhu, even millions of years, if it, millions of times if it changes body, will it become devotee? No. So that's why Lord is out of mercy. What he is doing, he is not sending all the. He is not only sending all the conditioned jivatmas into prakriti, but he is also arranging to give association to jivas. What he is doing from his spiritual world, he is sending what? His parshadas. He is sending his servants, nitya parshadas. So benefit. That means these people, these parshadas, they will go and they will preach and they will help this jivatma to come out from this conditioning. That's the mercy. And also he himself is coming. He himself is coming to this material existence and he is giving Bhagavad Gita and Uddhava Gita, Bhagavatam and so and so. So these are all really, is the mercy of Lord or not?
Yes.
This is mercy of Lord. Lord is so merciful actually. He is not just leaving the jivatmas, conditioned jivatmas for their karma. No. People, they say that what Lord is doing, Lord is sending his representatives, Lord is coming himself and giving the scriptures for this conditioned jivas. Otherwise, what he is going to gain by this? Is there any business for him? So to come himself and doing all this? No need. Actually, he can be happily enjoying his spiritual abode in Golok Vrindavan. But still out of his compassion. So that's why giving scriptures is Lord's compassion. Actually. Sending gurus, that means his Nitya Parshva, is also Lord's compassion. These two ways is helping all conditioned jivas. So that's why, fortunately, we also got now association of such a sadhus and scriptures. So that's why you may got the job and you may got the increments in your job, you may got the properties from your parents, suddenly crores of money. These are all really not real jackpot. Real jackpot is what? Association of sadhus and coming in contact with this real philosophy. It's pure devotional service. And this is the really boon actually. You got jackpot or not?
Yes.
You all got jackpots. Best in nature. Here Prabhupada is writing, you see. Therefore, Supreme Personality of Godhead. So once one enters into the continuation of material existence, it is very difficult to cut out. Prabhupada, what he is saying? Once one enters into the continuation of material existence, it is very difficult to get out. That means conditioned Jivatma, can it come out from that condition by itself? Is it possible? No. It's impossible for that. So that's it. Therefore, the Supreme Personality of Godhead comes himself or sends his bona fide representatives, and he leaves behind scriptures like Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, so that the living entities hovering in the darkness of designs may take advantage of the instructions, the saintly persons, and the spiritual masters, and thus be free. So that means these saintly people are coming, they are sadhus and they are only gurus. And Lord is also giving Shastra. So Sadhu, Shastra, Guru is given by who? Lord Krishna. Unless the living, otherwise, every time they come from the Karnanusaya Vishnu, this conditioned Jivatma, if he doesn't arrange these three things, Sadhu, Guru, Shastra. उस जीवात्मा कंडीशन जीवात्मा के संग में और एक कंडीशन जीवात्मा रहेगा तो क्या करेगा? सब मिलके और भी पतन हो जाएंगे. बस रोज रोज एकदम नीच कर्म करते जाएंगे, जैसा भी आजकल सोसाइटी, क्योंकि ये गॉडलेस सोसाइटी है, ये स्क्रिप्चरलेस सोसाइटी, साधुलेस सोसाइटी. They are degrading day by day, day by day, day by day. Unless the living entities receives the mercy of saintly persons, the spiritual master or Krishna, it is not possible. So that means you all know now, with the mercy only we are able to understand scriptures and Krishna consciousness. You all yesterday I explained what mercy is. Uch energy. Mercy is uch energy. हाँ इंटरनेट बोलिए ना, जल्दी जल्दी बोलिए, अभी टाइम है, 40 श्लोक करने हैं आज. So mercy is what? Internal potency. Because of that internal potency only we are able to understand scriptures. With the material Jivatma, conditioned Jivatma, that is the Tadasha Shakti Jivatma, and it is having the body of the, so made up of Bahiranga Shakti. With this arrangement, Jivatma can understand the inconceivable Lord. Can we believe the inconceivable Lord? It cannot. Can we put the faith on inconceivable object, that is Krishna? No. It needs what? Mercy. That means internal potency. So that's the Prabhupada what he is writing here. Unless the living entity receives the mercy of the saintly persons, the spiritual master Krishna, it is not possible for him to get out the darkness of material existence. That means साधु संग के बिना जीवात्मा इस संसार से निकल सकते हैं क्या? नहीं, ये फंडामेंटल प्रिंसिपल है. पर्पस ठीक से पढ़ते ही नहीं हम लोग. कोई अब वेणुगोपाल कहा नया नया चीज बोल रहे करके लोग सोच रहे हैं मैं नया बोल रहा हूँ क्या? बोलिए आप लोग. पूरा उधर पर्पस में, लेकिन देखते नहीं. So by his own endeavor, it is by his own endeavor. What Prabhupada is writing, that means Jivatma, which is Tadasha Shakti, and by using its Chitta, Buddhi, Mana, Ahankara, by its own endeavor, it is not possible. कितना स्पष्ट लिख रहे हैं.
So this is the mistake of the living entity. It doesn't take the advantage.
No mistake. If it get the association of sadhu, it should immediately grab it. Otherwise, it's a very unfortunate, that is. Netat kalayopadishen navi daya karvichit na sabstabdaya na binnaya naiva dharma dvajaya cha. कोई बाकी लोग नए हैं आज? समस्या है क्या? एक्स्ट्रा दिन नहीं आते क्या? बिजी हैं वो लोग, पहले से कमिटेड शेड्यूल है. Lord Kapila continued, this instruction is not meant for the envious, for agnostics, or for persons who are unclean in their behavior. That means still know whatever instructions Lord gave. Lord, what told me actually in total Kapila Gita, Lord Kapila's teachings? What he told? बोलिए 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 जल्दी बोलिए आप. Huh? What is that? Yeah, Shuddha Bhakti he told in 20th chapter. Then Sankhya philosophy he told. That means that different 24 elements and their definitions. Then after that, Gnana Yoga he told. Then after that, Ashtanga Yoga he told. Then after that, he told about the types of Bhakti, Saguna Bhakti, Nirguna Bhakti, sorry, Saguna Bhakti, Rasika Bhakti, Satvik Bhakti, Rasika Bhakti, Tamasic Bhakti, Nirguna Bhakti he told. Then after that, destination of karma. What kind of destinations? Tamasika, Rajasika, Sattvic destinations he told. Then after that, finally, so he's concluding his teachings. So he's concluding all his everything he told. All that means in our transcendental diagram, if you see all the area he covered. Yes or no? He covered this. That means Karmi Jivatma. He covered Vikarmi also. Tamasika. That means if someone do bad activities, they'll go to hellish planets. That means Vikarmi is about them. He told. He told Karmi Jivatma Sakama Bhakti. They'll go to the Rasika destination. That is what Sarga and so. And also he told about the Satvika destination of karma. That is Iskcon Karma Yoga, getting the liberation. So that also he told. And he told Jnana Yoga process. And he told the Shuddha Bhakti disease. And he told once again, so Pradhani Buddha Bhakti also he told actually. So Pradhani Buddha Bhakti he told. And he told apart from this Satvik, Rasik, Tamasik Bhakti, which is very easy to understand, those three things also he told. So that's why. And what about Ashtanga Yoga? Ashtanga Yoga is also one of the tool to realize the Brahman. So that's why it is also part of Jnana Yoga only. Nothing special. This is the Kapila's teachings. These are the Kapila's teachings. Yes, Mother. अष्टांग योग दो प्रकार के यूज होता है. भक्ति मिश्र योग मिश्र भक्ति. तो योगी भक्ति का सहारा लेते तो वो सालों की मुक्ति में जाएंगे. जैसा भगवद गीता का 8वां अध्याय में वो आ जाता है. वो क्या है? वो भक्ति प्रदान है और अष्टांग योग के हेल्प सहारा लेते हैं. तब वो अष्टांग योग एक प्रकार की भक्ति का टूल हो गया, स्मरण विधि का. और टारगेट क्या हुआ? सालों की मुक्ति. परमात्मा माने सालों की मुक्ति है ना. ये वही अष्टांग योग को आप ब्रह्मन रिलेशन के लिए यूज करते. वो कहाँ है? भगवद गीता में 6 चैप्टर में आया. तो अष्टांग योग को यूज करके ब्रह्मन को भी रिलेट करते. तब अष्टांग योग किसके अंतर्गत आता है? ज्ञान योग के. यदि वही अष्टांग योग भक्ति के साथ अष्टांग योग करेंगे तो वो किसके अंदर आता है? सालों की मुक्ति माने इस तरफ आता है, राइट से. एक प्रकार की भक्ति हो गया वो. समझ में आ रहा है? इसलिए उसको अलग से नहीं काउंट करने की कोई जरूरत नहीं. योगाश्रया मया प्रोक्ता. कितना योग है? क्या है वो? कर्म योग, ज्ञान योग, भक्ति योग. भगवद गीता में कितना योग है? पहले 6 चैप्टर कर्म योग, बीच का भक्ति योग, लास्ट का ज्ञान. उद्धव गीता में ये कहा जाता है. तो योगाश्रया मया प्रोक्ता. कितना योग बोला गया मेरा द्वारा करके भगवान क्या बोल रहे हैं? ज्ञान, कर्म, भक्ति. और कोई कंफ्यूजन नहीं. सब कंफ्यूजन कुछ नहीं है. सब कंफ्यूज मत हो जाए आप. सो और बोलते हैं मम्मी, माय डियर मदर, वॉट एवर आई टोल्ड टू यू, दिस इज फॉर नॉन एनवियस पीपल. These instructions not meant for the envious or for the agnostic or for persons who are unclean, because they can't understand. Those who are fully aparadis, very offensive people, envious of whom? Envious of Lord. What kind of envious people can you have towards Lord? Tell me. अरे अभी दो लोग, दो व्यापारी हैं और एक का बिजनेस अच्छा चल रहा है, दूसरा का नहीं चल रहा है, बगल बगल सब है. ये उनके प्रति एनवियस रखते हैं. उनका बढ़िया दुकान चल रहा है. ऐसा ही जीवात्मा भगवान के प्रति एनवियस बोलते हैं. क्या है एनवियस? कौन सा एनवियस है? बोलो. उसका स्वरूप क्या है एनवियस का? हाँ, बोलिए बोलिए बोलिए. एनवियस माने क्या है? जीव भगवान के प्रति एनवियस माने considering what? Considering even Lord also is having the human body, a material body. and not accepting his position and his body as transcendental body. Out of enviousness, we say that, oh, Lord is also like us only. He is also having human body. What say? How they define about Lord? Yesterday I told, Mayavad is out of enviousness. What they define? How they define about Ishvara?
It's also made of Maya.
What is that? विद्या प्रतिबिंबित चैतन्य. कभी भी वापस घर जाके वापस खोले नहीं है ना पुस्तक, फ्रेशली ऐसे आ गया ताजा. सब कुछ भूल के आ जाते हैं. ऐसा नहीं, पढ़ के आना है. जो भी है मॉड्यूल चलता है, रोज एक बार 5 मिनट लगेगी, पुस्तक खोल के ऐसा ऐसा घूम के और आ जाना चाहिए. तो क्या होता है, रस आता है क्लास में, मजा आता है. जो भी प्रश्न पूछे जाते हैं टीचर वो बोल पाएंगे और आपको कुछ अच्छा लगेगा, है ना. अब आप सब स्टूडेंट्स हैं, छोटा बच्चे जैसे. आप बहुत बड़ा समझिए मत. क्लास में स्टूडेंट के जैसे रहना, एकदम छोटे छोटे जैसे. ऐसा नहीं कि मुझे सब कुछ पता है, ऐसा कभी नहीं. तो हर वक्त आपको जब भी है कोई भी आगे मॉड्यूल्स में भी रोज एक बार पढ़ के आना है. एक बार ऐसे पन्ना घुमाओ, घुमा के क्या क्या पढ़ाया गया, और एक बार ऐसा भी एक बार देख के आएंगे तो अच्छा है. आज गुरु प्रभु जी क्या पढ़ाएंगे, गुरु जी, तो इस प्रकार देख के आना चाहिए. तब तो कनेक्शन पहले से रहने से अभी जितना बोला गया तब अच्छा लगता है सुनने में और कनेक्ट होता है. कितना टाइम लगता है? 5 मिनट 10 मिनट लगता है और कुछ. नेक्स्ट, नलोलुपायोपदिशेन गृह रूढ़ चेतसे न भक्ताय जाने जातु न मद्भक्ति त्रिशमपि. It is, that means Krishna is saying that for envious people, so these instructions are not meant, because they don't take properly. They always take the screwed up meanings only, because they don't have any feeling. Why they became like that? Because of offensive nature, because of associative. They got the association of offenders, and that's why they also became those conditions. They all became offender. Bad luck. Getting association of offenders. Translation is, it is not to be instructed to persons who are too greedy and too attached to family life. That means कर्मीस, they are too much attached to what? काम करो, कमाओ, मजा लो. बहुत अटैच्ड है. उनको बोलेंगे निष्काम कर्म योगो, कर्म का फल भगवान के लिए छोड़ दो, वो गुस्सा हो जाएंगे. नहीं तो उनको बोलेंगे लेफ्ट साइड के अनुसार क्या बोलना है, कर्म का फल भगवान को छोड़ दो. और राइट साइड के अनुसार तो क्या बोलना है, अपना फल, जो भी कर्म का फल, भगवान को प्रेम से दे दो. तो क्या बोलेगा, मैं क्यों दूं? तो नहीं तो आप बोलेंगे शुद्ध भक्ति करो, सब कुछ छोड़ के भगवान की शरणागत हो, गुस्सा हो जाए, उसका इंटरेस्ट नहीं. That means it is not to be instructed to persons who are too greedy and too attached to family life, not to persons who are non-devotees and who are envious of the devotees and of the personality of God. That means Vaishnavas, they go to everyone and they started giving their mercy. But someone is too envious and too offensive towards the Lord. What they do? These pure devotees, Madhyama Adhikaris, Ishvara Tadadineshu Balishu Krupa, Prema Maitri Krupa Upeksha. Dvishasu Upeksha. What they did? Okay, जाने दीजिए, तो इतना द्वेष कर रहे हैं, इसको हटाओ, इससे हम उपेक्षा माने नेग्लेक्ट कर देंगे. They don't care for it. ये तो इस प्रकार शुद्ध भक्त जो क्या है, मध्यम अधिकारी और उत्तम दोनों शुद्ध भक्ति है. तो चेतना के अनुसार जो मध्यम अधिकारी हैं और वो शुद्ध भक्ति में रहते हैं, वो क्या करते हैं, छोड़ देते हैं, हट, इसको हम डिस्टर्ब नहीं करेंगे. तो इसीलिए इधर कपिल भगवान भी बोल रहे हैं, उत्तम अधिकारी को तो उनको सब जगह डिवोशन दिखता है, वो प्रचार ही नहीं करेगा, सबको देख प्रणाम करने लगते हैं. अरे ये भी तो बहुत बड़ा भक्त है। उनका व्यू ऐसे रहता है। Persons who are always planning to do harm to other living entities are not eligible to understand Krishna consciousness and cannot enter into the realm of transcendental loving service to the Lord. So that's why those who are too much greedy, they are so much violent also. Because they use their words. Violence means you are not just katna pitna, speaking very harshly. And they speak very harshly by seeing the devotees of Lord. अरे बस रोटी कपड़ा फ्री में पाने के लिए ऐसा आ गए लोग. They are very, this is a violence actually. They are very violent. Immediately they insult. काम धंधा नहीं कर सकते हैं और पूरा शरीर तो इतना बड़ा आटा कट्टा है एकदम, और फ्री में जब हम लोग देंगे तो खाएगा ही करके एकदम वेरी हार्श दे बिहेव. They don't understand the greatness of bhakti, and even they don't have any kind of sattva also to at least to receive their mercy. And then better to not to go such a people actually. Persons who are violent, it means harm, always planning to do harm, means for their benefit they plan anything. They will destroy the nature, they will smash all the resources of the nature, and they go to any extent actually. They don't care for anything. They are so attached to sense gratification, too much attached. And such a people, if you go, but still these Vaishnavas, they keep on going out. That is greatness of devotee. But Lord is saying, it's not instructed. But in this case, devotees, still they go. Because devotees are independent of the Lord. So devotees are not controlled by Lord. And contrary, Lord is controlled by devotee. Aham bhakta paradina. That is greatness of devotee actually. So they go and they keep on trying. Like Srila Prabhupada went to such a nasty place, who are fully attached to sense gratification. And they are doing all the kinds of the sinful activities. So, but still he went there. And he tried to distribute the mercy of the Lord. So, because devotees are independent, Parama Swatantra Bhakta, Bhagavad Bhakta are Parama Swatantra. They can go and give. Lord may say, it should not be instructed. But here they will keep on going and distributing their mercy. When the Lord will take it as negatively, no. Devotee will see how to preach them actually by taking his own risk. This is the mercy of the devotee. That's why devotee's mercy are superior and Lord's mercy. Devotee's mercy is superior. That's why. Because of devotee's mercy, we are here. Vaishnava's mercy, we are here. By sadhu's mercy, we are here. Not by Lord's mercy. So Lord's mercy always flows behind devotee's mercy, Vaishnava's mercy, sadhu's mercy. Also, there are so-called disciples who become submissive to a spiritual master most artificially, with an ulterior motive. They also cannot understand what Krishna consciousness or devotion service is. Nowadays, in our society, also, it's a bad thing is people they are taking initiation as a formality, and they are not cultivating in them the surrender actually, surrender to Guru. That is very important. That is lacking too much today. Material comforts, family, this and that. What is the importance for the Guru and Guru's instruction? Maybe 2%, 3% in their whole endeavors. 2-3% only they give. But 98% they will be spending everything for their family, wife, children, this and that. Then why you take the initiation? If your family is only important, not the Guru's instruction, then what is this? That just like हम लोग भी दीक्षा लिए हैं एक दिखाने के लिए क्या? ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. So Prabhupada is writing here what? So also there are so-called disciples who became submissive to a spiritual master most artificially with an ulterior motive. Ulterior motive. व्हाट इज द अल्टीरियर मोटिव? बहुत प्रकार का होता है। तो मैं भी इस फलाना समाज का आदमी हूँ, इस्कॉन सोसाइटी का मेंबर हूँ, मैं, मुझे भी दीक्षा होता है, गुरु महाराज बोलते हैं, मेरे गुरु महाराज हैं हमारे भी। उस सोशली उनका स्टेटस रहता है, अच्छा इनका भी गुरु है। सोशल क्लब्स में उनको भी एक फील होता है, यस मेरा भी गुरुदेव है, बोलने के लिए, तो एक पैशन हो गया है। और अदरवाइज सो गेटिंग मनी, गेटिंग नेम, फेम, विदेश जाना चाहते हैं, तो इस्कॉन में दीक्षा लेंगे तो विदेश जाएंगे।
आप जितनी रिस्पेक्ट में जितनी जाती है इसलिए अच्छा है।
हाँ
बाहर रिस्पेक्ट नहीं मिलती है तो यहाँ रिस्पेक्ट मिल जाती है।
हाँ, यहाँ ये इधर राज करेंगे, लीडरशिप करेंगे। ऐसा है। With ulterior motives, no. The real thing is surrender. Surrender to Guru. So if you do, then he will make you to surrender to Lord. So he will take you and he will make you to surrender to the Lord. Because you can't see Lord and you cannot surrender to him. Because he is not directly visible to you. But same Lord is manifesting in the form of Guru in front of you. So that's why you should surrender to Guru. So that he will make sure that you surrender to Lord also. But that is missing. We should surrender to Guru and we should take the instructions of spiritual master like life and soul. And you should give complete effort for that. And tell that I am incapable of this. You after full endeavor, even if you fail, then but Guru will be so happy with your endeavors. If you don't impress, if you don't please your Guru, there is no possibility of progressing in spiritual life. By Guru's mercy only we are able to cross the anarthas which we can't cross by ourselves. If you disconnect yourself or if you go away from Guru and if you not have a full association of the Guru, that means you should take his instructions life and soul and endeavor, then bhakti will be very so juicy and you can assure that there is a progress in your spiritual life. My Guru Maharaj is telling just a few months back, 1-2 months back, he also have more than 2,000-3,000 disciples. So what am I saying? Nowadays, actually, disciples they take initiation. Nobody come and ask, my dear Gurudev, what should I do for you, for your mission? Nobody come and ask. Even 1 or 2 people they will come with their own ulterior motives. Means I want to become popular here, I want to start a center here, or this or that. With that only they come. But what you want, and nobody is asking. No surrender actually. Surrender level is day by day in our society is reducing like anything actually. If you see Prabhupada disciples, they were so much surrendered actually. Life and soul they give. आजकल का जो भी इनिशिएटेड भक्त हैं बहुत सुपरफिशियल है। रेयरली हम कुछ लोगों को फाइंड आउट करेंगे जो पूरा जीवन दे दिए। तो आप लोग तो काफी कंट्रीब्यूट करते हैं, बट it should be increasing as much as your progress. That is the progress of devotion. If your priorities are not for the Guru's mission and if your priority is still for the family and so-called this baggage only, how many years you'll do like this? It's not at all good actually. Dedicate yourself for Guru's mission. And you try to, Guru's mission is Krishna's mission. Krishna's mission. So we should all work for mission of Srila Prabhupada and Krishna. Then that will lead, that is the progress of devotion. Otherwise, what is this? Simply a namesake taking the Diksha. So-called namesake surrendering to Guru. Persons who due to belong initiated persons, okay, they also cannot understand what Krishna consciousness or devotional service is. If you don't surrender to Guru, you cannot understand what is devotional service also. Persons who think, they think that, oh, 16 माला मैं कर रहा हूं बस हो गया, तो इतना से हो गया क्या? वो तो शुरुआत है भक्ति का। भक्ति का असली चीज आगे है, वो तो बिगिनिंग है। इनिशिएशन माने बिगिनिंग, इनिशिएट, यू आर इनिशिएटेड मींस यू आर स्टार्टेड एक्चुअली, यू आर नॉट एंडेड एक्चुअली। उसके बाद बहुत कुछ है। शुद्ध भक्ति क्या होता है हमारा, भजन कैसा करना है, और आगे भक्ति में और भी अनेक स्तर हैं एक्चुअली। अपना स्थिति को ढक के रखने के लिए फिलॉसफी का उल्टा सीधा का कुछ एक दो लेते हैं, बस उससे अपने आप को समर्थन करते हैं। लेकिन पर्पस तो पढ़ो तब समझ में आता है। ध्यान से श्रील प्रभुपाद जी का जब तात्पर्य को पढ़ेंगे तब समझ में आता है कितना हम लोग पीछे हैं। Persons who, due to belonging, due to being initiated by another sect of religious faith, don't find devotional service as the common platform for approaching Supreme Personality of God, and also can't understand Krishna consciousness. So, who have experienced that some students come to join us, but because of being biased in some particular type of faith, they have our camp and become lost in the wilderness. They came with some other camp's ideas to here, and they are not finding this, and they leaving this camp. है ना? वो तो एक था ना उस समय। कौन है? प्रभुपाद के समय और एक भी था, और एक कैंप था, स्पिरिचुअल कैंप, वेस्ट में बहुत चला। एक ने दो, पता है वो दोनों कैंप? महर्षि योगी एंड रजनीश। एक योगी का कैंप चलने लगा, वो तो 1960 में गए एक, और 1962 में और एक गया। रजनीश संभोग से समाधि तक, इनका इलाज एकदम घटिया था। इसका कैंप, दोनों का कैंप। कुछ लोग सोचते थे इस्कॉन भी वैसे ही मजा ले सकते हैं, क्योंकि उन लोग का आदत है, सभी इक्कीस है वेस्ट में पूरा। तो वो लोग एक स्पिरिचुअल प्लेस को ऐसा बना दिया, संभोग करो जितना चाहिए उतना, और जितना घंटा तुम संभोग कर पाएगा तुमको उतना कॉन्सेंट्रेशन मेडिटेशन में उतना आगे बढ़ा। ये उनका स्टैंडर्ड स्केल है, measuring the progress of in the meditation is checked by the how many hours you are going to do sex. That's why whole day they do sex, they do meditation, and night time they select the partners and they do sex. This goes now also actually. Rajneesh गया लेकिन उनका सिद्धांत अभी भी चल रहा है। बैंगलोर में कितना गली गली में है, हमारा लोगों से ज्यादा लोग नहीं लोग कराते हैं, लेकिन छिपा हुआ है ना, लोगों अंदर स्प्रेड होता है ये, क्योंकि बहुत लोगों को ये सब चीजों में बहुत, ये फिलहाल बहुत अच्छा लगता है। सेंस ग्रेटिफिकेशन को स्पिरिचुअल का टप्पा लगा के बेचना कितना अच्छा लगता है, बहुत आसान से बिक जाएगा वो फिलहाल। इतना है एक्चुअली, प्रभुपाद इसीलिए बोल रहे थे, they leave our camp and become lost in the wilderness. Actually, Krishna consciousness is not a sectarian religious faith. It is a teaching process for understanding Supreme Lord and our relationship with Him. You note this line actually, huh? It is teaching process. कुछ लोग हमारा पास भी आते हैं, even in Iskcon also, for white sake, like especially in the Bengal, if you see nearby villages people, oh Iskcon means nice. If I take महाराज का दीक्षा लेंगे, गुरु महाराज का, तो मुझे कुक का नौकरी मिलेगा, और मुझे विदेश जाने का मौका मिलेगा, नहीं तो मुझे विदेशी लड़की से शादी हो जाएगा। ऐसा है, ऐसा फिर से आएंगे। Is this actually Krishna consciousness is not a sectarian religious faith, and also Krishna consciousness is not a sectarian religious faith में Prabhupada is saying it's not a sentiment। हाँ, मुझे कृष्ण भगवान अच्छा लगता है, प्रभु जी हमको भी दीक्षा दिला दीजिए, मुझे कन्हैया बहुत अच्छा लगता है, कन्हैया अच्छा लगता है इसलिए दीक्षा दिला दीजिए। ऐसा है क्या? कन्हैया एक चीज में अच्छा लगता है, मेरा घर में भी एक छोटा कन्हैया है, मेरा पोता कन्हैया है, इधर एक कन्हैया है। This kind of faith, Krishna consciousness is this kind of faith it is? No. It is a teaching process for understanding Supreme Lord. That means this Krishna consciousness is based on what? Is based on books. Books are basis. So that's why we have to deliberately understand what is Krishna consciousness, Krishna conscious process by studying thoroughly the scriptures. बहुत लोग बोलते हैं प्रभु जी पुस्तक पढ़ के क्या होता है, तो सेवा ही करना है ना, मैं तो सेवा कर रहा हूं ना प्रभु जी। ऐसा दो चार दिन करते नहीं तो एक दो साल करते उसके बाद चले जाते। क्योंकि faith is not based on what? शास्त्र. Faith is based upon इधर का भक्त लोग अच्छा लगा, इधर बहुत प्यार करते हैं, बहुत प्यार करते हैं, और इसीलिए जुड़ गया. माने कंडीशन है ना, हम लोग भी भक्त लोग, मैंने इधर जितना भी अभी शुरुआत में सब लोग ऐसे शुद्ध भक्त है नहीं, तो उनको पहले पहले देखते तो अच्छा लगता है लोग सब, लेकिन वही 2 साल होते ही बस, अरे इनमें ये दोष है, उनमें वो दोष है, इधर ये होता है बोलते हैं, और ये सब पहले जो अच्छा लगा वही लोग अभी उनको अच्छा नहीं लगता है, उसके बाद टाटा चले जाते हैं. बिकॉज देयर फेथ इज नॉट बेस्ड ऑन स्क्रिप्चर्स, देयर फेथ इज जस्ट सम अल्टीरियर थिंग्स. मेरे दादाजी करते हैं भक्ति इसलिए मैं भी करता हूँ, नहीं तो मेरा भाई IITN है वो कर रहा है इसलिए मैं भी करता हूँ, नहीं तो मेरा माँ भी करती है इसलिए मैं भी करता हूँ. ऐसे करके आते लोग. अब माँ भी छोड़ दिया, बेटा भी छोड़ दिया, माँ ही छोड़ दिया, वो भी छोड़ दिया. नहीं तो गुरु जी अच्छा लग रहा है, IIT से पढ़ के आया, इतना बड़ा जॉब छोड़ के आया, तो इसीलिए तो इनका बात तो हमको सुनना है करके. वो तो गलत है, ऐसा फेथ रखना इनिशियली ओके, but you should not, you cannot sustain your bhakti by that faith only for whole life. No, your faith should turn into the shastriya shraddha. Dhruva shraddha meaning is what? Shastrartha vishwasa. You remember all of you? Dhruva shraddha means shastra. So what Prabhupada is saying, it is a teaching process. That means this movement is based upon, that shraddha is based upon what? Shastra. So that's why you have to study. इतना लोग, कितना कांग्रेस आप लोग हजारों है ना, तो और भी आना चाहिए. They should dedicatedly study, and their priority should for what? Studying scriptures and so practicing whatever they learned from the classroom. This has to be done. So it's a teaching process for understanding Supreme Lord and our relationship with Him. This is the main thing actually. Anyone can join this movement without prejudice. That means even he is a poor or rich or he is any type, even if he is a not knowing anything, he is an illiterate person. But no, we are not stopping anyone. Anyone come and associate our devotees. If they hear, they can become perfect. If they hear our books, they can become perfect. And these books are for everyone. It's not that they, oh Prabhu, I can't study. You are all engineers. I am not. Prabhupada is allowing like that, okay, you don't need to study. Like that, he's saying. They should hear. If they are not able to read and write, if they are illiterate, no problem. But they should hear. So books for only for the literate people and not for illiterate. Is like that. Is for everyone. Understand this philosophy is meant for everyone. Anyone can join in your vision, but unfortunately, there are persons who feel differently. It's better, therefore, not to instruct the science of Krishna consciousness to such persons. Read every line is like a golden, it's like very important. थोड़ा सा ध्यान से मन अच्छा बुद्धि से आप भगवान से प्रे करिए. If you are not able to understand purpose, pray to Srila Prabhupada. My dear Prabhupada, so please help me. So to understand your books, so please give me sufficient intelligence. Then he will give. That Kripa will come actually. That potency will be given to you also. Then you can understand with that. But you didn't ask, that's why it is not there with you. Generally, materialistic persons are after some name, fame, and material gain. So if someone takes to Krishna consciousness for these reasons, he will never be able to understand this philosophy. If you people also have any kind of ulterior motives of name, fame, or material gain, leave that now itself. So make yourself that I am really sincerely I am desiring to learn this Krishna conscious process. If you make this kind of mind, if you set up your mind like this, and next moment itself you are going to get the benefit actually. It's going to happen. Everything you are able to understand. So that's why you are hearing. So we have to pray to Lord actually. And we keep on hearing the great devotees' glories. So they, without any motives, they are selflessly serving Lord. So by seeing such a people also you can get inspiration. Those who are so in the material world, currently they always compete with the what progress of the material gain. So the neighbor they are progressing in materially, they are always competing. But in the spiritual life, no. If some devotee is giving the 20 hours or in a day, 15 hours he is giving. We don't think that, oh, he's giving 15 hours. Why I'm not giving 15 hours? I'm giving only 2 hours. Why don't I give 15 hours? And why I don't dedicate myself for this preaching mission and Krishna conscious mission? We don't think actually. We have to think actually. We have to finish our family so-called responsibility over. How many years you will be dragging that? How many years you will be dragging that? What is there actually? That is not your eternal position actually. That is the time being you are in that body, but once if you did that work at good extent, if you are able to arrange, like Kardamani arrange, so some things for her wife, basic things to live nicely. So then he is focusing on in his Krishna conscious process. So like that, you as much as you hear the scriptures, there should be progress actually in dedication, in surrender, in giving time. It should increase. The next. Shraddhadhanaya bhaktaya vinitaya nasuyave bhuteshu krita maitreya tusrusha virataya cha. Instruction should be given to the faithful devotee who is respectful to the spiritual master, non-envious, friendly to all kinds of living entities, and eager to render service with faith and sincerity. So we devotees go to everywhere. We don't know who is who, but we try to give to everyone, and someone is so envious, then we stop. We say that we should not make them to make more and more offense. So because as much as you say about Krishna, he keep on offending more and more. So better to not to increase their anarthas, offenses. So you will be leaving that. But who are little sober, and we take our life and our time, everything, our energy into risk, and we try to put our all endeavors to make him do it. That spirit always should be there. You have to put your unlimited endeavors, that means your sincere efforts to make others devotee. That will definitely make you to progress actually. So don't take it so easily. Oh, it's not happening and I will leave this. So I can't go for preaching. I can't do this. I can't do that. What is this? You should be very sincere. You have to pour your blood actually. To raise the consciousness of opposite person, you have to give your whole energy. Then only the consciousness will be raised. That is Paropakar actually. If you are able to do that, Krishna and Guru will be so happy. And then you will definitely so bless us so that we can also get more and more realizations. And our understanding of the Krishna consciousness will increase day by day. Don't be selfish. As much as you become selfish, your doors to understand this Krishna consciousness will be day by day it will be reduced. You will be seeing the Krishna conscious philosophy with your selfish eyes. What you will understand with selfish eyes? What you will see with your selfish eyes? You are so much self-centered and you are so much family-centered, then what you will understand actually? No. You have to so come out from that kind of attachment. Then this process will be clearly visible to you. Bahirjata viragaya shanta chittaya diyatam nirmatsaraya shitaye yasyaham preyasam priyaha. This instruction should be imparted by the spiritual master to persons who have taken the supreme personality of Godhead to be more dear than anything, who are not envious of anyone, who are perfectly cleansed, and who have developed detachment for that, which is outside the purview of Krishna consciousness. So that's why this knowledge, Kapila is saying this knowledge should begin whatever he said till now. So Nirguna Bhakti, Saguna Bhakti, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga process, and the Sankhya philosophy, destiny of the karma, different destinies of karma. All these things he said, this knowledge should be given to such a person who surrendered to Guru fully. His instruction should be imparted by spiritual master to persons who have taken supreme personality of God to be more dear than anything. अपना पत्नी से भी भगवान डियर होना चाहिए, अपना बेटा बेटी से भी भगवान डियर होना चाहिए, तब फिलॉसफी समझ में आता है, तब आपको श्लोक का जो भी है, जो भी तात्पर्य वो सही सही समझ में आते। और हृदय में ऑलरेडी हम इधर अटैचमेंट रख के अटैचमेंट से वो पढ़ेंगे तो वो पूरा अर्थ थोड़ी खुलेगा आपको, वैसे दिखेगा परपुट भी आपका अटैचमेंट को समर्थन करने वाला जैसे ही दिखेगा। मेटीरियल अटैचमेंट माने भौतिक संबंधों को बहुत ज्यादा महत्व देना, माने प्रेम करना, उसी में लाइफ एंड सोल, हार्ट उधर खो जाना, ये सही नहीं है। एक्चुअली व्हाट आर मेटीरियल रिलेशंस, दोस हाउ कृष्णा कॉन्शियस पर्सन डील्स दोस एज अ ड्यूटी एक्चुअली, so those and core heart with Krishna, and only just he will not be rash also with family members, and he'll be nicely mitigating all nicely doing his duties, and but असली प्रेम तो भगवान की प्रति होता है। और केवल माने जो करना है करते हैं अच्छे से, उन लोगों का रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज पूरा करते हैं, उन लोगों को उस रूप से खुशी रखते हैं, लेकिन उनका दिल पूरा एकदम भगवान के पास रहता है, ऐसा होना चाहिए। इसके लिए एग्जांपल दिया जाता है ना, जो पैरामोर, द वुमन हु इज हैविंग ए पैरामोर, सो हाउ शी इज डूइंग नाइसली सर्विस टू हर हस्बैंड, so that she will not make sure that she is having the lover of someone is in her heart, so nicely she behaves with him, but her heart all the time thinks about him. This should be the way our heart should be for Krishna, so nicely. You should not make sure that oh you are बहुत बड़ा डिवोटी है करके दिखाने की जरूरत नहीं उन लोगों के सामने, इफ दे आर एनवियस, ऐसा करके उन लोगों का एनवियसनेस को और बढ़ाना नहीं। जैसे कोई अभी पैरामोर जिसके पास है, वो क्या दिखाती है क्या, मैं आपको नहीं उनको बहुत ज्यादा प्रेम करता हूं करके, तो छुपा के रखती, काम पूरा निकालती है। ऐसा होना चाहिए कृष्णा कॉन्शियस, अंदर से गहराई रखना है, बाहर कुछ नहीं दिखना चाहिए। यदि इफ दे आर envious, your members are envious, your neighbors, your surroundings,
तो अब कह रहे हैं आनंद में जा रहा है, क्या करना चाहिए?
अच्छा से ज्यादा जप करना चाहिए और भक्तों की संगति करना चाहिए, ज्यादा एसोसिएशन लेना चाहिए। वो होगा, अभी प्रॉब्लम पता चल जाता है पहले, उसके बाद प्रॉब्लम भी मिटिगेट होता है। प्रॉब्लम ही किसी को नहीं पता चल रहा है, मैंने वो एकदम वो पूरा के पूरा वो इग्नोरेंस में है। कम से कम जिसको अपना प्रॉब्लम समझ में आया वो जरूर भगवान की कृपा से प्रे करेंगे तो अरेंजमेंट कर देंगे आपका पूरा माहौल, ऐसा सब कुछ आगे बढ़ेंगे। प्रॉब्लम समझ में आना चाहिए बस, बढ़िया है ये, इतना तो बढ़िया है, ये भी प्रोग्रेस है। जस्ट वी शुड प्रे टू लॉर्ड एंड प्रे टू आवर गुरुस and they will arrange. Sincere, there should be in Krishna consciousness. We should make one thing. Sincerity is very important. We should not be having duplicity. अंदर एक बाहर एक कभी नहीं रखना चाहिए, बहुत सरल होना चाहिए, तब सब समस्या का समाधान मिल जाएगा, बहुत हेल्प मिल जाएगा हमको। If we are kutilata, that means duplicity is there, then it's very difficult. Duplicity will increase by offending devotees. If we have offensive nature towards devotees, our duplicity, उनकी अंदर अंदर गाली देते हैं, और उनको जब मौका मिलते हैं अगल बगल जो भी है चार लोगों से मिलके गाली देते हैं डिवोटी का, और बाकी लोगों से मिलके, तो वो जब आएगा तो हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी, ये डुप्लिसिटी है, ये बोगस बिहेवियर से क्या होता है, तो वो कृष्णा कॉन्शियस को समझ ही नहीं पाया। सच क्रूप डिवोटी लाइक दुर्योधन भगवान को बहुत प्यार कर रहा है, आ जाइए मेरा आतिथ्य ले लीजिए, लेकिन अंदर क्या है, जब भगवान नहीं तो चारों मिलके क्या करते थे, दुर्योधन, दुश्शासन, कर्ण और शकुनी मामा सब मिलके क्या करते थे, कृष्ण को बांध देंगे, मारेंगे इनको, क्या क्या नाटक करते थे। और जब दूध के रूप में आया तो जब पहले पहले के ना आ जाइए, और उनका प्लानिंग है बांध के खत्म कर देंगे कृष्ण को। ये पीछे का प्लान और अंदर क्या है, ये डुप्लिसिटी। They cannot understand. Even Lord show his Vishwarupa, but still Duryodhana no asar padte nahi usse. So that's why if you have duplicity, then even we are in the association of pure devotees, it's difficult to progress. उन लोगों को दंड ही मानिस डुप्लिसिटी का, सो दंड भोगना पड़ेगा कई जन्मों, तब जाकर वापस तब उनका उद्धार होगा, एसोसिएशन मिल जाएगा तो। अनर्था बाबा ऐसे प्रश्न लेंगे तो आज मैं 1 ही घंटा बचा है। हाँ
एक दिन में, 2 दिन में, हफ्ते में, 10 दिन में, 2 घंटे कंटिन्यूसली प्रेयर करते हैं हम, लेकिन वो प्रेयर में हमें दूसरा सोचना। And what I understand, if you don't pray intensely,
that's why I said na, sincerity is needed. Duplicity is there, then it will become just a ritual. One who accepted this, okay, I'm finishing this last sloka. Yadam sunuyadam va shraddhaya purusha sabrat yo vabhidatte machitta sahyeti padavinchame. Anyone who once meditates upon me with faith and affection, who hears and chants about me, surely goes back home, back to Godhead. That's the end of Bhakti on the purpose of third canto, 32nd chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam entitled Entanglement in Fruity Activities. Next sloka, 33rd chapter, Activities of Kapila. So Kapila Bhagavan is leaving actually this chapter to his yatra. Actually, he is going for northeast. He will go first, then after that he will go to Ganga Sagar. That thing we will be reading, and finally Mother Devhuti also getting the final salvation. It's a very simple chapter. We'll try to read, and 2-3 places we should discuss points, or otherwise we can go in a rapid speed. Maitreya Vacha. Evam nishamya kapilasya vacho janitri sakartamasya daita kila devahuti visraspamoha patala tamapi pranamya तुष्टावतत्व विषयांकित सिद्धि भूमि। थोड़ा स्पीड बढ़ेगा, क्वेश्चंस भी हम लास्ट में लेता हूँ। ये 1 घंटा ही बचा है मेरे पास, 1 घंटा 15 मिनट, इसको पूरा करना। So if anything needed information, I will elaborately discuss. Well, I will not skip it. Okay. So questions I will take end of the class. Sri Maitreya said, thus Devhuti, the mother of the Lord Kapila and wife of Kardamuni, became freed from all ignorance concerning devotional service and transcendental knowledge. She offered her obeisances unto the Lord, the author of the basic principles of Sankhya system of philosophy, which is the background of liberation. And she satisfied him with the following verses of prayer. After all, hearing all these teachings of Kapila, so Mother Devhuti now she got time now to speak. So only one place she asked question actually. Which chapter? I think 25th chapter. Huh? It's not like in the case of Krishna and Arjuna. If you see, Arjuna is asking several questions. Even in the Uddhava Gita also, Uddhava is asking. Mother is not asking so many questions. So quietly sitting and hearing Kapila's teachings. You know? Devhuti Vacha, how many times it came? Very rare actually. So maybe in the 25th chapter, I am not exactly sure. So now mother is speaking actually. After hearing everything, all that, what is that? Nirguna Bhakti, Saguna Bhakti, Sankhya philosophy, means studying about the elements, 24 elements, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, and 3 types of destination of karma. Okay. After hearing all this, now mother is, she understood what is the essence of all these things. What is that essence? Bhakti. Bhakti is ultimate. She understood. Now she is going to speak with Lord. So Devahuti Ruvacha अताप्यजोऽन्त सलिलेशयानम् भूतेन्द्रियार्थात्ममयं वपुस्ते गुणप्रवाहं सदशेषबीजम् दद्यो स्वयं यज्जठराब्जजातः। उनका फीलिंग क्या होगा, आप लोग सोचिए। इतना सुनने के बाद उनका रिएक्शन क्या होगा? एनी गेस? भगवान कहीं कहीं बोले ना, कपिल भगवान क्या बोले थे? व्हाट ही सेड दैट my dear mother, if you do this bhakti yoga process, you will reach me, you will attain me, like that also he said or not? It's not that Kapila is speaking indirectly, not like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu never accepted him as a supreme lord in front of everyone. But here Kapila Bhagavan is telling clearly, I am the supreme personality of Godhead, and if you do this bhakti process, you will attain me, like that also he said in the previous chapters. That means mother is clearly so so she's learning from whom? From supreme personality of Godhead, and she's knowing that. And so just you go into the role of Devuti and think, and Sakshat Bhagavan, he is teaching to him, and that Bhagavan took birth from her womb actually. How she is feeling? She is feeling, oh my God, from my womb, from my womb, so supreme personality of Godhead came. So this is her feeling actually. It's really so wonder, विचित्रम। मैं क्या किया? मैं तो एक साधारण औरत हूं, मेरे लिए इतना भाग्य। ये है का फीलिंग एक्चुअली, क्योंकि उस टीचिंग्स में स्पष्ट भगवान बोल रहे हैं, कपिल भगवान। सो आई एम द सुप्रीम पर्सनालिटी ऑफ गॉड हेड, मम वीर्य संविदो अरे सदाम प्रसंगात मम वीर्य संविदो भवन्ति उत्कर्ण रसायना। मम वीर्य संविदो, here in that sloka also 29 chapter we are seeing Lord Kapila is saying, all the devotees of mine, they come together, they glorify my glorious pastimes. They are also Lord clearly accepting Kapila as the supreme personality of God. Many places he is directly telling to her, I am the supreme personality of the God. And that's why now her reaction, you see, her reaction is so like amusement, like wonder. Devuti said, Brahma is said to be unborn because he takes birth from the lotus flower which grows from your upton, which while you lie in the ocean at the bottom of the universe. But even Brahma simply meditate upon you, whose body is the source of unlimited universes. गर्भ का बात ही सोच रहे हो, उनकी दिमाग में क्या चल रहे हैं? तो आप वो कौन? आप वो हैं जिनकी गर्भ से ब्रह्मा जी आए, और वो व्यक्ति मेरे गर्भ से आए। ये क्या विचित्र है, ये फीलिंग है उनका भी। जैसे देखिए, हमारा मन में जो है उसी के अनुसार हमारा वाक्य भी निकलता है या नहीं? इसका पीछे उनका भाव यही है, नहीं तो ये क्यों बोलेंगे? नहीं तो वैसा। और वो ब्रह्मा जी भी आपके ऊपर मेडिटेट करते हैं, आपकी गर्भ से जो आए ब्रह्मा जी, वो आपकी मेडिटेट करते हैं। और ये कितना आश्चर्य है, एक साधारण औरत हूं, मेरे गर्भ से आप आए। ये फीलिंग है एक्चुअली मदर देवहूति का। जनत्री जनयित्री तत्त्वमुद्दिश्य यत्त्वं मां संसार उद्धरसि न एतत् चित्रं चित्रं खलु एतदेव यन् मनुष्या निकृष्टायाः मम अपि गर्भात् जातोऽसि। ये बड़ी बात नहीं है मेरा बेटा, आप तो भगवान हैं और आप अपना तत्व को बोध करके मेरा अज्ञान और अंधकार को दूर करना ये बड़ी बात नहीं है। लेकिन मैं कौन हूं? मनुष्य। मनुष्य माने मानुष्य मानुष्य मानुष्य। देवती को मानुषी बोलते क्यों? मनु का पुत्री है भाई, इसीलिए उनका नाम मानुषी। अच्छा लग रहा है ना नाम मानुषी। सो मानुषी, मैं तो मनु का पुत्री हूँ, मैंने मनुष्य हूँ, ह्यूमन बीइंग हूँ। निकृष्ट आया, मैं तो निकृष्ट हूँ, ये फीलिंग देवती का। मामा भी, मेरा भी गर्भ से, गर्भात जातों से आप मेरा गर्भ से भी उत्पन्न हो गए, क्या भाग्य है मेरा। ये विचित्र है। वो बहुत बड़ा बात नहीं, तत्व बोल के अंधकार दूर करे, लेकिन ये बड़ी बात है। जठरीकृत अनंत कोटि ब्रह्मांड परमेश्वर, आप आपकी गर्भ से अनंत कोटि ब्रह्मांड आते हैं, है ना। हर ब्रह्मांड, हर यूनिवर्स में जो भी है 14 माने विराट रूप सब कहां से आते हैं? गर्भ से, विष्णु गर्भ से आते हैं ना समस्त ब्रह्मांड, है ना। हर एक ब्रह्मांड में वही प्रोसेस है ना। समस्त ब्रह्मांड आपकी गर्भ से आते हैं, आप मेरा गर्भ से आते, यही विचित्र है। और आपकी गर्भ से आया ब्रह्मा जी भी, मैंने सबसे पहले, अरे मेरा दादाजी है ना। देवहूति का पिताजी कौन है? मनु। मनु का पिता ब्रह्मा। मैं सबका जो बिगिनिंग मनु, मां मेरे दादाजी भी आपका ही मेडिटेट करते, और आप मेरा गर्भ से आए, वो कितना अच्छा है। आश्चर्य होने लगी वो। प्रभुपाद जी एक पर लिखते हैं, every woman can become like Devhuti, like that Prabhupada. Today I read that. If she can definitely get Lord as her child, every woman is competent for that. Okay. Devhuti wanted to impress upon the Lord that when Brahma wants to see, he has to meditate upon him. That when Brahma wants to see him, he has to meditate upon him. So Devhuti is telling to Lord Kapila, Brahmaji is able to see Lord like that. He, after his appearance, he was going to the stem of that lotus flower and he's seeing what he found at that time. Everywhere darkness and no limits for the water, nothing he is able to find. And then he climbed back and he sat and he heard the word tapa, and after that he did tapasya. Because in the heart, Lord only revealed him to do tapasya. He is the first person, but who told to him? Who told to him? Taught to him to tapasya? So Lord, in the heart he will tene brahma hridaya adikavu. Hridaya, that means in the heart he will reveal. And he did tapasya, then he is able to see Garbhodak Sai Vishnu. Which chapter? Chapter number? Huh? 3 point? 3.11, 9. 3.8. And glorification is there in 3.9. Garbhodak Sai Vishnu. Praise to Garbhodak Sai Vishnu. You are the seed of all creation, she said. That means that Brahma also meditated on you. then only he is able to see. But you took birth from my womb. You are seed of all creation. She said, although Brahma was directly born from you, he still has to perform many years of meditation. And even then he can't see you directly face to face. Your body is lying within the vast water at the bottom of the universe. And thus you are known as Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. Devati said, you are the background of the material manifestation and all created energy. Therefore, you are delivering me from the clutches of Maya by explaining the system of Sankhya philosophy. So that means everything came from Prakriti, and Prakriti came from when Lord wants to become many, then only this Prakriti came from Mahavishnu. And under his direction only she is doing all the creation. Even after 23 elements creation, did they come together to form Brahmandas? Huh? No. Then what he did? He once again sent his Bibru Shakti. है ना? पढ़ना ही नहीं, रिवाइज करते नहीं। और आप लोग भागवत को ऐसा नहीं, रोज ऐसा मजा से कोई नहीं चैप्टर ले लो, पढ़ो और चिंतन करो, और समय देकर मन में ऐसा चिंतन करके कनेक्शन करने के लिए प्रयास करेंगे तो एक को ये चैप्टर है, इस चैप्टर में ये बोले, ऐसा कभी शांति से बैठ के कभी सोचते हैं या नहीं? और बाप रे, इतना टाइम होती रहती है कैसे? ऐसा ऐसा सोचना चाहिए ना। अच्छा, हम लोग क्या क्या सीखे झारखंड, पहले सेकंड चैप्टर ये था, उसमें ये पॉइंट है, हाँ याद नहीं है, सर खोल के थोड़ा सा देखे, हाँ अच्छा अच्छा ये, हाँ ठीक है, और इसके बाद आगे ऐसा कम से कम टाइम देना चाहिए, तब रस आता है। क्योंकि भागवत ही आपको एक चीज है, सही सिद्धांत भी सीखेगा और रुचि को भी उत्पन्न करा देगा भगवान के प्रति, और रमण कर पाएंगे। अभी टाइम भी कम है, सब लोग तो 50-60 है ना, ऑलमोस्ट 60 तक आ ही गए हैं, तो टाइम कम है, 55 ऊपर ही है ना सबका, तो 55 ऊपर ही रहेगा। एक पर्सन बोलते हैं, हाँ वेरी but it's okay, we are all young because we are Krishna consciousness, but our body is behind the timeline. It is behind the timeline. So please, it's my request. Like I am just a well-wisher, I am saying. You people, please try to dwell in the Bhagavatam more and more. ज्यादा जब याद आने लगेगा और कनेक्ट होने लगते तो तब टेस्ट आता है, एक्चुअली रुचि आता है, मजा आता है। और हर बार माने बहुत इंटरवल्स देके भागवत पढ़ेंगे ना, बहुत मुश्किल लगता है, थोड़ा सा भी सुनते पढ़ने के लिए रुचि नहीं, कनेक्ट नहीं होता है, क्या है ऐसा होके वो ऐसा ऐसा सालों साल ऐसे बिना रुचि का ऐसा ही एक बर्डन जैसा लगता है। जितना आप उस पर रुचि लगा के टाइम निकालना बस, और कुछ नहीं, टाइम निकाल के उसको एक्सरसाइज करना शुरू कर दिया, इसमें ये है, इसमें ये है, इधर ये है, उधर वो है, ऐसा डल करना शुरू कर दिया तो तब रुचि आ जाता है। नहीं तो इनिशियली में थोड़ा सा दिक्कत होगा, लेकिन अभ्यास करेंगे तो इजी हो जाएगा और तब रुचि भी आता है। सैव विश्वस्य भवान् विधत्ते गुण प्रवाहेण विभक्त वीर्यः सर्गाद्यनिहो वितता विसन्धि आत्मेश्वरो तर्क्य सहस्र शक्ति। Actually, one small mistake I did. One small mistake means I didn't read this. Skip करके दे रहा है। So इसमें क्या बोल रहे हैं माता जी? So देवहूति माता, there are your Devhuti said, you are the background of material manifestation of all created energy. Therefore, you are delivering me from the clutches of Maya by explaining the system of Sankhya philosophy. Is not so astonishing. That means explaining this Sankhya philosophy is not astonishing. But your being born from my abdomen is certainly wonderful, because Although you are the source of all creation, you have so kindly taken birth as my child. That is most wonderful. Your body is the source of all universes, and still you put your body within the abdomen of a common woman like me. ये उनको एकदम अभी अरे बाप रे, उनका you can feel, you can understand her amusement. वो पुलकित होने लगी. To me, that is most astonishing. That means you should understand Lord's mercy, how much merciful He is. He is taking birth from a common woman. Okay, next. Saiva Vishwasya Bhavan Vidatte Guna Pravahena Vibhaktavidya Sargadaniho Vitathavi Sandir Atmeshwaro Tarkya Sahasra Shakti. Next. The translation, my dear Lord, although personally you have nothing to do, you have distributed your energies in the interactions of the material modes of nature. And for that reason, the creation, maintenance, and dissolution of the cosmic manifestation take place. My dear Lord, you are self-determined and are the supreme personality of Godhead for all living entities. For them, you created this material manifestation, and although you are one, your diverse energies can act multifariously. This is inconceivable to us. Lord is doing creation, maintenance, and destruction for whose sake? Huh? For those Sivas who are in his body, which are covered by the avidya and karma. Matrardam cha bhavardam cha atmane kalpanaya cha. Vedastuti. In 10th canto, 87th chapter, we see why Lord is doing creation. So to give an facility or chance to these Jivatmas, so to get the body and to enjoy their karma and do the new karma and get the chance. He's giving a chance to get liberation. And in this, that's why in the beginning I told, actually beginning of this class also. So he is not just sending the conditioned jivas into the universes. Out of his mercy, he is sending his own parshadas also into those universes. Why? To give association. It's really merciful. They are all actually spiritual world and they are always enjoying, but he's sending them actually. You go. And not only sending his parshadas, and he himself is coming. So every 1000 Kalis, yugas, Chatur yugas, this Vayosman Mantara, this is Vayosman Mantara also, is which Chatur yuga this is? Huh? बोलते नहीं क्यों? 28. In this 28th Chatur yuga, in that Dwapar yuga, in that Chatur yuga, Dwapar yuga will be there. In this Dwapar yuga, directly Krishna, who is there in the Golok Vrindavan, he is only coming. And the remaining Dwapar yugas, काला कृष्ण नहीं आते हैं, वो ग्रीन कृष्ण, लाल कृष्ण, बहुत कुछ लोग आते हैं. वो सब कहाँ रहते हैं? वो अलग अलग वैकुंठ प्लैनेट्स में रहते हैं. वो आ जाएंगे, लेकिन ओरिजिनल कृष्ण आ रहे हैं. ओरिजिनल कृष्ण जो गोलोक वृंदावन में रहते हैं, वो आ रहे हैं. अब वो आएंगे जब उसी की नेक्स्ट कलयुग में चैतन्य महाप्रभु आते हैं. माने इसमें क्या विशेषता? कृष्ण भी आते हैं, कृष्ण भी आते हैं धर्म संस्थापना संभवामी. सो परित्राणाय साधु नाम विनाशाय च दुष्कृतम, अपना भक्तों की वो कष्ट को दूर करने के लिए वो भी भाग के आते हैं. अरे नहीं, तो वो धर्म का स्थापना मानी इस जीवात्माओं को टीचिंग्स, भगवत गीता, भागवत में ये सब देने के लिए आते हैं. तो इसीलिए कंडीशन जीवात्मा को क्या क्या प्रोवाइड किए उन्होंने? साधु को प्रोवाइड किया, गुरु को प्रोवाइड कर दिया, और वो भी चित्त में रहकर गुरु बन जाते हैं, बाह्य रूप में भी गुरु बन जाते हैं. गुरु को दे दिया और शास्त्र भी दे दिया, और क्या देना है बोलो? आपको फ्रीडम दे दिए पूरा मटेरियली एंजॉय करने के लिए, और उससे बाहर आना चाहते फैसिलिटी भी दे दिया, और भगवान का कोई दोष है क्या इसमें? फिर भी आप क्यों नहीं लेते? सिर्फ गुरु साधु शास्त्र भगवान प्रोवाइड कर बद्ध जीवाओं के लिए, कितना महान है ना। ऐसा नहीं कि बस ये बद्ध जीवात्मा मरने दीजिए या बस राख होने दीजिए इस कर्म कर करके, ऐसा छोड़ दिए क्या? नहीं, कदम कदम पर उन्होंने अरेंजमेंट्स किया भक्त बनने के लिए। सो दैट्स व्हाई ही इज डूइंग क्रिएशन, मेंटेनेंस एंड डिस्ट्रक्शन again and again is doing. So that's the point she is telling. Creation, maintenance, and dissolution of the cosmic manifestation takes place by his potencies. But he has nothing to gain from this. By doing creation, maintenance, destruction, he is going to get anything personal? Nothing. He is already fulfilled. He is Atmaram. He is Aptakamaha. Everything he had, all desires are fulfilled. His desires. He has nothing to do with this condition, Jivatma, and his inferior energy. Bhairanga Shakti. Nothing. He doesn't do anything with this. वो सब रिजेक्टेड माल है पूरा, ये बहिरंग शक्ति। लाइक केचुल सांप छोड़ देती है वैसा, बट स्टिल सो ही इज हेल्पिंग कंडीशन जीवास, दैट इज लास्ट कृपा। Devudi is saying, although you personally are not doing anything, your determination is absolute. That means will of the Lord. ये होना चाहिए, एको हम बहुश्यामा, मैं एक हूं अनेक हो जाओ। एक बार ऐसा विल आया उनमें, डिजायर, तुरंत प्रकृति आ गए बाहर, चकाचक पूरा पूरा उन्होंने अनेक ब्रह्मांडों क्रिएट करके आइए आप आके इसमें लेटिए ऐसा इन्वाइट करती है। हर एक ब्रह्मांड में भगवान गौरपद साहिब विष्णु के रूप में जाकर लेट जाते हैं, और उनको बोरिंग लगता है, एक मोमेंट रहते हैं बस, ये बोरिंग लग रहे हैं तो उसको छोड़ दिया तो ब्रह्मांड पूरा फिनिश। ओके नेक्स्ट, सत्वं मृतो मे जठरेण नाथा कथं यस्योदर एतदासीत् विश्वं युगान्ते वटपत्र एकः शेते स्म माया शिशुरङ्घ्रिपाणः। As the Supreme Personality of Godhead, you have taken birth from my abdomen, O my Lord. How is that possible for the Supreme One who has in his belly all the cosmic manifestation? The answer is that it is possible. But at the end of the millennium, you lie down on a leaf of a banyan tree, and just like a small baby, you lick the toe of your lotus foot. क्या चल रहा है इधर? मामी क्या बोल रही है इधर? क्या बोलती है? बोलती है सत्वं मया मनुष्यः कथं जठरेण वृतः इति आश्चर्यस्य कारणं त्वमेव ब्रूहि। ये कैसा? इतना देवादिदेव परम भगवान एक साधारण औरत की गर्भ में प्रवेश करना और उनसे जन्म लेना, ये कैसा? हाँ, ये कैसा है? कैसे करके भगवान से यदि पूछेंगे तो भगवान क्या बोलते हैं? कपिल भगवान, स्व शिशु मई खत्म एवं ब्रूषे, तो बोलते हैं कि मम्मी से, मैं तो छोटा बच्चा, मुझे क्यों पूछ रही हो आप? तब वो बोलती है, हाँ हाँ तुम तो छोटा बच्चा हो, क्योंकि युग की अंत में आप वटपत्र शाही बनते हैं, है ना? वटपत्र जानते हैं? सो बैनियन ट्री का जो लीफ है ना, उस पत्र पर भगवान छोटा बच्चा बनकर लेटते हैं, उनको बोलते वटपत्र शाही। और वो वटपत्र शाही क्या करते हैं? तो माने युगांते प्रलये वटस्य एकस्मिन् पत्रे भवान शेते स्म। हाँ हाँ हाँ, आप तो बच्चा बनते ही हैं, ये तो नया चीज नहीं है। आप वटपत्रशाही बनते, माने ये मातृवात्सल्य है ना, इसीलिए उनकी प्रेयर्स भी ऐसे रहता है। माँ है ना, अब भगवान को भी बच्चा की जैसे देखती है, वही चेतना चल रही है। पहले प्रेयर में भी देखी, पहले श्लोक में भी, अभी इस श्लोक में भी देखी। इस ब्रह्मा जी करते तो वो अलग से करते हैं। यू आर द काज ऑफ क्रिएशन एनर्जी। जैसा, इसीलिए शुद्ध भक्तों की चेतना को आप समझना चाहिए। आज उन लोगों की प्रेयर्स किस दिशा में चल रहा है, आपको पकड़ना चाहिए, आप पकड़ना चाहिए उसको। तो बोलते किमर्थम माया शिशु माम बाल लालन अभ्यासिनः सांसारिकाश्च अपि लोकाः ज्ञातुं शक्नुवन्तु इति कृपामय बालमूर्तिर इत्यर्थ। ऐसा भगवान वटपत्र साई बनकर क्यों उधर वट के पत्थर में ऐसे क्यों लेटे हैं? क्यों? उसे क्या आता है प्रयोजन? तो इसका कारण यह है कि बाल लालनाभ्यासिनः सांसारिका, सांसारिक लोग कैसा है? पूरा बिजी है किसमें? बच्चा को पैदा करना और बच्चा को पालन करना, आलन करना, इसी में पूरा समय, जन्म पूरा बीत जाता है। ऐसा सांसारिक लोगों को क्या है, ऐसा बच्चा को, मैंने अपना बच्चा के ऊपर ध्यान लगाना बहुत आसान है। इसीलिए भगवान भी छोटा बच्चा बनकर उधर लेटे हैं। इससे क्या होगा, इन लोगों को बच्चा पर ध्यान करना आदत है ना, इसीलिए वो लोग उनके ऊपर भी ध्यान करेंगे करके ऐसा एक विचार रख के वो बच्चा बनकर उधर लेटे हैं, हम लोग को फैसिलिटेट करने के लिए, है ना। बहुत माने एक बार शादी की पहले बात अलग होता है, जब शादी हो के बच्चा पैदा होने के, उन लोगों की दुनिया कौन होते हैं? बच्चा ही दुनिया है उन लोगों के लिए। तो इसीलिए जनरली जनरल सोसाइटी में ही चलता है। तो तब वो वैसा लोगों को बच्चा पर ध्यान देना आदत हो गए, तब भगवान भी बच्चा बन गए। तब तो वटपत्र शाही को वरहाल लाली, इसे तेलुगु में भी गाना है, वटपत्र शाही की वरहाल लाली, माने वो अपना जो लालन नेचर है, अभी वो भगवान की तरफ भी जाए, क्योंकि भगवान को एक छोटा बच्चा के रूप में देख रहे, ये भगवान की कृपा है। तत्र समुचित मधुर लीला मा, और उसमें देखिए वो छोटा बच्चा बनकर क्या करते हैं, उनको एक बहुत डाउट है बहुत दिनों से कि मेरा भक्त हर वक्त मेरे चरण कमलों का क्यों इतना ज्यादा महत्व मानते, उदय उसी को पकड़ के नहीं छोड़ते हैं। वो चरण कमलों में क्या है एक्चुअली, मेरे चरणों में इतना बड़ा चीज क्या है? क्योंकि हर एक भक्त उसी के प्रति आकर्षित है करके। उस चरणों पे रहने वाला, चरणों पे रहने वाला मधुरता को आस्वादन करने के लिए, अच्छा क्या है जानने के लिए वो क्या करते हैं, अपना चरण का जो उंगली है ना, अंगुष्ठ, उसको अपना मुंह में रखकर वो भी चखते ही क्या है इसमें। सर्वमेव सुखम त्यक्त्वा मच्चरण माधुर्य एव सर्वे मनीषिणी निमज्जन। सब मनुष्य क्या करते हैं, भगवान को सुंदर चेहरा, वक्षस्थल और इतना पाव ये सब छोड़ देते हैं, जहाँ के सब लोग, हर एक व्यक्ति, हर एक भक्त चरण कमल का ही पूरा की पूरा प्रेफरेंस देते हैं। क्या है इसमें? तद एतत् मया अपि आस्वाद्य अनुभव नियम, ये चरण कमल जो है वो भी मैं भी आस्वादन करता हूं, ऐसा सोच के भगवान अपना चरण कमल का अंगुष्ठ अपना, ये लीला है मगर माँ ये सब याद कर रही है एक्चुअली। तो आप तो शिशु बनते हैं, बच्चा बनते हैं, इसीलिए आप अभी हमारा बच्चा भी बनते हैं। तम देह तंत्र प्रशमाय पाप्मनाम निदेश बाजाम च विभो विभूतये यथावतारस्तव सुकरादयस् तथा तथायमप्यात्मपतोपलब्धये। My dear Lord, you have assumed this body in order to diminish the sinful activities of the fallen. and to enrich their knowledge in devotion and liberation. Since these sinful people are dependent on your direction, by your own will you assume incarnations as above as other forms. Similarly, you have appeared in order to distribute transcendental knowledge to your dependents. So now here mother is saying that you take so many other forms also. Varaha, Matsya, Kurma, so many others. Kincha tava swabhava evayam yat krupayeva autarasi. Out of mercy, Lord is taking various forms. So that if someone is very much fond of the pigs, then he can worship Varaha. Lord is available in all the forms. It's out of his mercy actually. Tvam deha tantraha anya balako yatha matru pravishto matru dehadinaha tatha tvamapi leelaya mama matru dehadinaha. So deha tantraha बोल रही माता है तो जैसा साधारण माने मनुष्य बच्चा तो मदर की गर्भ में प्रवेश होकर गर्भ का शेल्टर लेते हैं ना, खाना पीना सब उनको कहां से मिलता है? मां से मिलता है। वैसा आप भी मेरा गर्भ में रहकर आप मेरे गर्भ का आश्रय लिए हैं, ये भी आपका लीला ही है। क्या आपका लीला है? और आप क्या करते हैं? पापमानाम प्रशमाय माने परित्राणाय साधुना विनाशाय च दुष्कृता। वही बात इधर बोल रहे हैं इस श्लोक में। पापमानाम प्रशमाय माने पापियों को आप संहार कर देते हैं। एंड निदेश भाजाम तदाज्ञानुवर्तिना विभूताय, जो आपका आज्ञा पालन करते, जो आपका भक्त है, उन लोगों को आप अपना सुख देते हैं। इसके लिए आप आते हैं बार बार। किस रूप में? वराह, मत्स्य, कूर्म, वामन, इतना रूप में आते हैं। ये सब आपका कृपा है। So it is stated in the Bhagavad Gita that whenever there are the discrepancies in the discharge of the real purpose of this material existence, the Lord appears as an incarnation. Yada yada hi dharmasya glani bhavati bharata. That means whenever there is a glani for the dharma, he appears. The same thing she is saying in this sloka. Okay, next. Yannamadeya shravananu kirtanat yat prahnanat tasmaranadapi kvachit स्वादोपि सद्य सवनाय कल्पते उतः पुनस्ते भगवन्नु दर्शना। इंपॉर्टेंट श्लोक बोलती है माता। मैंने अभी भगवान का मैंने इनकारनेशन पर्पस और बहुत कुछ चीज बोली। अभी बोलती है to say nothing of spiritual advancement of persons who see the Supreme Person face to face. To say nothing of the spiritual advancement of persons who see the Supreme Person face to face. Even a person born in a family of dog eaters immediately becomes eligible to perform Vedic sacrifice if he once utters the holy name of this Supreme Personality of Godhead or chants about him, hears about his past tense, offers him obeisances or even remembers him. बोलते माता आप इतना महान हैं, सो पापियों को दंड देने के लिए, अपना भक्तों को सुख देने के लिए, प्रेम देने के लिए आते हैं, और आपका नाम भी बहुत श्रेष्ठ है। बोलती है आप इतना महान हैं, आपका नाम स्वादोपि सद्य माने स्वाद मीन्स डॉग ईटर। इफ ही चांट्स वन टाइम योर नेम, सद्य मीन्स इमीडिएटली, सवनाय कल्पते माने सोमयाग करने के लिए योग्य हो जाए। माने सोमयाजी माने सोमयाग करने वाले को क्या बोलते हैं? उस ब्राह्मण को सोमयाजी बोलते हैं। सोमयाजी को जितना रेस्पेक्ट मिलना चाहिए, उस कुत्ते की मांस खाने वाले को भी उतना रेस्पेक्ट मिलना चाहिए। यदि वो एक बार नाम जप किया, उतना रेस्पेक्ट के लिए वो योग्य हो जाएगा। कितना रेस्पेक्ट? एक सोमयाजी को जितना रेस्पेक्ट मिलता है उतना। मन कुत्ते के मांस खाने वाला कहाँ है और सोमयाग करने वाला ब्राह्मण कहाँ? लेकिन अब ये दोनों इक्वल हो गया। किसके लिए? एक बार भगवान के नाम पे। हाँ, प्रभुपाद परपट में तो शुद्ध नाम बोलते हैं, नाम नहीं। इतना महापापी अजामिल भी समस्त पापों से मुक्त हो गया। एक नामाभास, नामाभास से भी इतना पावर, नाम तो और क्या होगा। सो क्या आश्चर्य है, माने अहो बता बोलते हैं सद्य सवनाय कल्पते। ओ सॉरी, ये है ना, तद्दर्शनात् लोकः कृताब्धि भवति इति कैमुत्य न्यायेन आहा। कैमुत्य माने बोलने की तरीका देखिए माँ की। माँ बोलती है आपका नाम एक बार लेने से कुत्ते के मांस खाने वाला भी सोमयाजी को जितना आदर मिलता है उतना आदर प्राप्त करने के लिए योग्य बन जाते हैं। तो माने आपका नाम से इतना है काम, तो आपका दर्शन होगा तो और कितना बड़ी बात है। और आप हमारे लिए दर्शन ही दे दी। मैंने वो अपना वो जो भाग्य को कई प्रकार से एक्सप्रेस कर रही है एक्चुअली, खुद का भाग्य को। प्रह्वणम नमस्कार काचित ये स्वादोपि स्वपचोपि सद्य तत्क्षण एवं, माने जिस क्षण में वो हरिनाम लेते हैं उसी क्षण सवनाय सोमयागाय कल्पते, माने योग्यो भवति, सोमयाग करने के लिए योग्य भवति, योग्य हो जाते हैं। सोमयाग करता ब्राह्मण एवं पूज्यो भवति, माने सोमयाग करने वाला ब्राह्मण को जैसा ब्राह्मण जैसा पूजनीय ऐसा ये चंडाल माने कुत्ता के मांस खाने वाला भी वैसा पूजनीय है। मान इसका अर्थ क्या है? एक व्यक्ति ऐसा चंडाल कुल में क्यों जन्म लेते हैं? क्योंकि उसका प्रारब्ध वैसा है, प्रारब्ध कर्म। प्रारब्ध माने पूर्व में कर्म। प्रारब्ध कर्म क्या है? जो पाप पक गया और रिजल्ट देने के लिए रेडी है उसको क्या बोलते हैं? प्रारब्ध। और जो रेडी नहीं है उसको क्या बोलते हैं? अप्रारब्ध। और अप्रारब्ध कर्म इकट्ठा होने से उसको क्या बोलते हैं? कूटम। और कूटम और एडवांस होने से उसको क्या बोलते हैं? बीज। ये जो प्रारब्ध कर्म के कारण ही वो चंडाल कुल में जन्म लिया, अभी वो सवन याग करने के लिए योग्य बन गया और वैसा पूजनीय हो गया सोमयाजी की जैसा। तो इसका अर्थ क्या है? प्रारब्ध कर्म नष्ट हो गया। माने भगवान की नाम लेने से कूटम बीजम प्रारब्धम अप्रारब्धम समस्त पाप समाप्त होता है, प्रारब्ध भी नष्ट हो जाता
शरीर
है। क्या माता जी? प्रारब्ध पाप नष्ट हुआ लेकिन प्रारब्ध पुण्य तो रहेगा, उससे शरीर तो चला गया। जैसे अजामिल के केस में भी वो लोग सोचे पाप किया तो इनका पूरा आयु क्षीण हो गया सोचा, लेकिन पता चला कि विष्णु दूतों से पाप नष्ट नहीं हुआ, तो इसे आयु क्षीण नहीं हुआ। जल्दी मर गए करके सोच, मरेंगे करके सोच 12 साल पहले आ गए, उसके बाद चले गए। अरे ये तो आयु क्षीण नहीं हुआ उनका करके छोड़ के चले गए। माता जी आप क्या बोलते?
When will the product of such a
When our prarabdha will be finished?
was Krishna or
When our prarabdha will be finished, she is asking actually. So here we see the point is, if someone doesn't have any offenses, prarabdha will be finished on that first holy name itself. Everything will be finished. But if they have offenses towards the Vaishnavas and towards that's 10 offenses, then even they take the holy name first time with that holy name, this prarabdha is not destroyed. Why? The reason is भक्ति महारानी चूज देखती हैं, अच्छा तुम इतना ऑफेंस करके बैठे हैं और अभी एक होली नाम लेने से मैं पूरा रिजल्ट दे दूं, मैं नहीं दूंगा। तो वो देखती हैं पहले जो ऑफेंस किया उसका चुकाओ पूरा, उसका पेमेंट दे दो तब जाकर धीरे धीरे आपका जो रिजल्ट मिलना है वो देता जाओ। इसीलिए किसको पता है कितना ऑफेंसेस है और नष्ट हो गया, कब प्रारब्ध नष्ट होगा। ये
हमारे सिंस की वजह से हो गया ना, और उससे किसी को मसला
प्रारब्ध तो पाप है, वो तो पूर्व में किए गए पाप।
तो ये
हाँ
पास्ट परिवार
हाँ, सिंफुल एक्टिविटीज दैट इज नोन एज प्रारब्ध।
पाप का
हाँ, प्रारब्ध माने पाप माने सिंफुल एक्टिविटीज बॉडी लेवल, और ऑफेंसेस आर द स्पिरिचुअल लेवल।
आप खत्म जितने
माने प्रारब्ध, सो देखिए कर्म हो तो पुण्य तो भी नष्ट हो सकता है, लेकिन उधर क्या होता है कि वो व्यक्ति का अभी शरीर नष्ट करना माने क्या है, वो तो दंड देना है ना। ऐसा नहीं, वैसा नहीं लेना चाहिए। तो उसमें तो अभी जो भी होली नेम जप करेंगे वो सब मर जाना है, ये सब हो जाता है तो नहीं, वैसा नहीं। तो उनका जो भी है पुण्य है उसके अनुसार उनको जितना दिन जीना चाहिए। जैसे अजामिल की केस में उनकी पाप के कारण आयु क्षीण हुआ, पाप को कंसिडर कर किया गया और इसलिए अमृत आया, लेकिन अभी उनका पुण्य के अनुसार वो 12 साल और भी जीना है तो जीने के लिए मौका मिला। ऐसा एग्जाम्पल है अजामिल का लाइव एग्जाम्पल। सिंफुल एक्टिविटीज, यस, या सुकृतो तनर्थ, दुष्कृतो तनर्थ, तो अलग अलग होता है। सो नेक्स्ट, हाँ, तो प्रारब्ध कर्म नष्ट होगा। अभी वो डॉग ईटर क्यों ब्राह्मण की माने सोमयाजी की समान रेस्पेक्ट क्यों मिलने लगा, उनको डॉग ईटर कौन बनाया, प्रारब्ध, अभी वो नष्ट हो गया इसीलिए वो तो तो वो नष्ट हो गया और उसके ऊपर सोमयाजी को जितना रेस्पेक्ट मिलता है उतना रेस्पेक्ट भी मिलेगा, उसके लिए योग्य बन गए। नेक्स्ट श्लोक, वो जो हम लोग एक्सप्लेन किए हुए हैं, अहो बतस्व पचो दो गरीयां जिह्वा प्रवर्तति नाम तुभ्यं ते पुस्तपस्ते चुहुस्नूराया ब्रह्मा जो नाम गृणन्ति ये। Oh, how glorious are they whose tongues are chanting your holy name. Even if born in the families of dog eaters, such persons are worshipable. Persons who chant the holy name of your lordship must have executed all kind of austerities and fire sacrifices and achieved all the good manners of Aryans. To be chanting the holy name of your lordship, they must have bathed at holy places of pilgrimage, studied the Vedas and fulfilled everything required. इसका अर्थ दूसरा प्रकार भी ले सकते हैं। इसमें क्या बोलती हैं अभी, इसके पहले क्या बोली, देववती माता बोली थी आपका दर्शन कितना महत्व, क्योंकि आपका नाम एक बार जब करेंगे तो चंडाल भी सोमयाजी की जैसा रेस्पेक्ट प्राप्त करेंगे, तो आपका दर्शन होता है और कितना, वो एक ऐसा तुलना करके आप दर्शन का महत्व को वो बोली पिछले श्लोक में। इस श्लोक में बोलती हैं माता जी, बोलती कि देखो भगवान, ये जो स्वपच है, यस्या स्वपचस्य जिह्वाग्रे जिह्वायाः अग्रे एव न तु संपूर्णाया तस्याम इति असम्यक तयोच्चारितम इत्यर्थः। ये जो कुत्ते की माने ये जो चंडाल है, कुत्ते की मांस खाने वाला है, ये क्या होली नेम को स्पष्ट से उच्चारण किया क्या? हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, माने कृष्णा रामा हरे, ऐसा करके स्पष्ट से उच्चारण किया गया। माता जी बोलते वो उच्चारण करने का भी जरूरत नहीं, जिह्वाग्रे माने कैसा ना कैसा, माने ऐसा, माने फटा फटा शब्दों में मैंने उच्चारण किया भगवान के नाम, फिर भी उसको भी वैलिड करते हैं। वो नॉन ईटर भी सवनाय कल्पते, ए जिह्वाग्रे, जिह्वाग्रे माने जिह्वायाः अग्रे एव न तो संपूर्ण माने पूर्ण रूप से, like that. That means it is there on the tip of the tongue, not the complete tongue is used to chant that syllable in the holy name. She's telling. That means somehow or other, even if they chant your name, that dog eater is also equal to the Somayaj. ये है आपका नाम का महिमा, क्या बात है। This is the greatness of your holy name. वर्तते एव न तु वृत्तम संपूर्णम उच्चारण, और स्पष्ट से उच्चारण नहीं किया और पूरा भी उच्चारण नहीं किया। एक बार एक वो स्पष्ट से उच्चारण भी नहीं कर पाया और पूरा भी उच्चारण नहीं किया, पूरा होली नहीं, फिर भी उससे वो सवनाय कल्पते। नाम एकमेव न तु नामानि, इसमें श्लोक में क्या गया, नाम कहा गया, सिंगुलर इज देयर, माने माता इज टेलिंग, देवती माता इज टेलिंग इवन वन नेम इज एनफ, one name, that too not completely pronouncing and also not proper, still dog eater will become respectable like Somayaj। देखो क्या महत्व है आपका नाम। संपूर्ण जिह्वायाम संपूर्णोच्चादितानि बहुनि नामानि तु किमुता इति भाव। यदि कोई व्यक्ति संपूर्ण नाम का उच्चारण करते हैं और शुद्ध रूप से उच्चारण करते हैं और अनेक बार उच्चारण करते हैं, तो और क्या होगा। कुत्ते की मांस खाने वाला बन गए माने कितना पाप किया हो सकता है। वो पूरा एक टूटा फूटा से उच्चारण किया, वो भी पूर्ण रूप से पूर्ण मंत्र पूर्ण नाम उच्चारण नहीं किया, फिर भी एक बार उच्चारण करते तो भी इतना फल मिला। तो यदि कोई व्यक्ति अच्छा से उच्चारण करे तो क्या होगा, बोल नहीं सकते। माता जी एक्सप्रेस कर रहे हैं अपना फीलिंग्स, शी इज एक्सप्रेसिंग हर किमुता इति भाव तुभ्यमेव त्वाम प्रणयितुम वशीकर्तुम च। वो तो आपको पूरा की पूरा वश में कर ही लेगा। वो कौन, जो स्पष्ट से अच्छा से उच्चारण करेगा तो उनकी वश में चले जाएंगे आप, उनका अहम वक्त पर अधीन, उनका अधीन हो जाएंगे। क्या है आपका नाम का महिमा, हे भगवान आपका नाम ऐसा है। अतएव सा स्वपचः गरीयान अतिशयेन गुरुपति, और वो स्वपच अभी गुरु भी बनेगा। देखो वो जो स्वपच अच्छा से उच्चारण करेगा और तो अनेक बार उच्चारण करेगा तो क्या होगा, वो भगवान घोषित तो कर ही लेंगे। भगवान घोषित करके वो क्या बनेगा, अभी सबका गुरु बन जाएगा वो डॉग ईटर। मंत्र नामात्मक मंत्र उपदेशुम योग्यताम दत्ते, माने अभी वो केवल सोमयाजी नहीं, अभी मंत्र देने वाला गुरु बन जाएंगे पूरा दुनिया का। क्यों, वो भगवान को वशीकरण में ले लिया। ननु तर्हि स्वपचो यज्ञ ध्यान, और ये बोला जा रहा है कि ऐसा स्वपच अनेक लाखों लाखों यज्ञ दान तप इत्यादि कर दिया है, ऐसा हो जाएंगे, उनको करने की जरूरत नहीं, इतना किया वाले बन जाएंगे। यज्ञ दान तपादिकम करोत्येव तत्र ते पुरिति तस्यैकस्य का वार्ता अन्येपि ये तव नाम गृह्णन्ति ते एव ते पुः इत्यवधारणायां लभ्यते अन्येषां। भूतनिर्देशात् गृह्णन्ति इति वर्तमाननिर्देशत्वात् नामानि ग्रह्यमाण एव तपोमय तपो यज्ञादयः सर्वे कृताः एव भवन्ति, न तु क्रियमाणः नापि करिष्यमाणः। माने ऐसा जो स्वपच जो भगवान के नाम लेते हैं वो अनेक अनेक यज्ञ दान तप किया हुआ व्यक्ति की समान है। माने ऐसा यज्ञ करने की कोई जरूरत नहीं, अनेक अनेक यज्ञ कर चुका ऐसा समान है व्यक्ति से। एतस्ततस्तांस्ते कथम पुनः कुर्युः इत्यतः एव भक्ता। और मैंने ऐसा नाम जप करने वाला वो जो सपच, उनको और यज्ञ दान तपस करने की जरूरत है क्या? कोई जरूरत नहीं, वो उतना दिया आदमी की समान है। ये है आपका नाम का महिमा। तो चलिए यही चीज है, बरपुट में है पूरा, आप लोग पढ़िए समझ में आ जाए
के बारे में।
हाँ, यदि स्वपच शुद्ध रूप से उच्चारण करके अनेक बार करेंगे तो वो उनकी वश में भगवान भी चले जाएंगे, ऐसा स्वपच गुरु भी बन सकते हैं।
रियलाइजेशन से बता, वर्ड्स में नहीं है।
बरपुट में विश्वनाथ का और प्रभुपाद का भी। तो मैंने ऐसा नहीं है कि बहुत लोग बोलते हैं ना, अरे मंत्र गुरु तो केवल ब्राह्मण का कुल में जन्म लेना चाहिए, बोलते हैं ना। अलग संप्रदाय में, अन्य संप्रदाय जाएंगे, वैष्णव संप्रदाय में ऐसे ही रूल है, अरे गुरु तो केवल ब्राह्मण वाले ही बनते हैं, बाकी वाले गुरु को नहीं। अलग आप तो दास बन सकते हैं, मंदिर में सेवा कर सकते हैं, लेकिन गुरु नहीं बनेंगे। लेकिन इधर हम लोग को क्या भागवत सिखाती है, गुरु भी बन जाए। बहुत लोग बोलते हैं अरे प्रभुपाद विदेश गए हैं और मलेच्छों को गुरु बना दी, ये कैसा है? ये कौन से इस्कॉन का संप्रदाय है? उल्टा सीधा एकदम मलेच्छों को गुरु बनवा दिया है, ऐसा बोलते हैं नहीं? बहुत बार बोलते हैं। ये तो हम तो हमारा देश का है और हमारा जाति में जो ब्राह्मण जाति गुरु को हम लेते हैं, ये ऐसा है। लेकिन क्या है सिद्धांत? अरे स्वपच भी भगवान के नाम निरंतर लेगा तो उनके अधीन में भगवान चले जाएंगे, तो वो मंत्र उपदेष्ट गुरु भी हो जाएंगे, सोमयाजी ही नहीं। तं त्वामहं ब्रह्म परं पुमांसं प्रत्यक्स्रोतस्यात्मनि संविभाव्यं स्वतेजसा त्वस्तगुणप्रवाहं वन्दे विष्णुं कपिलं वेदगर्भम्। I believe, my Lord, that you are Lord Vishnu himself under the name of Kapila, and you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Supreme Brahman, the saints and sages being freed from all the disturbances of the senses and mind, meditate upon you, for by your mercy only can one become free from the clutches of three modes of material nature. The time of dissolution, all the Vedas are sustained in you only. Next. ऐसा मैंने वो फाइनली अपना स्तुति को बोलकर इस प्रकार बंद कर दी। तो बस मैत्रेय जी बोलते हैं फाइनली, अतः त्वम अहम आज्ञा स्तोतुम नयो प्रभवामि इति केवल वंदे। मैंने आपको और मैं क्या बोलूं, मैं तो एक साधारण औरत हूँ, बहुत बड़ा शास्त्र नहीं पढ़े वेद, तो मैं क्या ग्लोरीफाई करता हूँ, बस आपके लिए वंदे मीन्स प्रणाम करके। लास्ट श्लोक में क्या बोली, 8वां श्लोक में वंदे बोली या नहीं? अहम वंदे, वंदे विष्णु माने वंदे मातरम इसे ना, वंदे मीन्स आई पे ओबिसेंसेस, मातर मीन्स मम्मी को, We go pay obeisances. One day Matra. Here one day Vishnu. क्योंकि वो बहुत ज्यादा मैं नहीं बोल पाऊंगा, मैं क्या है अग्न हूं, अतः त्वाम अहम अग्न, मैं मूर्ख हूं, स्तोतुम नहीं हो प्रभु, मैं नहीं स्तुति कर पाऊंगा। तब उसके बाद क्या है, मैत्रेय उवाच ईडितो भगवानीवं कपिलाख्यः परः पुमान् वाचा विक्लवत्येत्याह मातरं मातृवत्सलः. Thus the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Kapila, satisfied by the words of his mother, towards whom he was very affectionate, replied with gravity. So what is the reaction of the Kapila? Kapila uvacha margenani na mataste susevyo noditena me astitena param kastam achiradavarutsyasi achiradavarutsyasi. The personality of Godhead said, my dear mother, the path of self-realization which I have already instructed to you is very easy. You can execute this system without difficulty, and by following it, you shall very soon liberated even within your present. What is that path? What is the yoga? He said so many things, but what is there in the Kapila's mind? Bhakti yoga. Bhakti yoga. So that is in mind. श्रद्धत्स्वेतन्मतं मह्यं जुष्टं यद्ब्रह्मवादिभिः येन मामभयं याया मृत्युं रुच्यन्त्य तत्विदा. My dear mother, those who are actually transcendentalists certainly follow my instructions as I have given them to you. You may rest assured that if you traverse this path of self-realization perfectly, surely you shall be freed from fearful material contamination and shall ultimately reach me. He's saying ultimately reach me. Mother, persons who are not conversant with this method of devotional service certainly cannot get out of the cycle of birth and death. So he is assuring that you should follow. That is the essence of all teachings. What is that? Bhakti yoga. Next. Maitreya Vacha. Iti pradakshya bhagavan satim tamatmano gati swamatra brahma vaditya kapilo no mato yayu. Sri Maitreya said, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Kapila, after instructing his beloved mother, took permission from her and left his home. His mission having been fulfilled. Mission success. What is the mission? His mission? Teaching Sankhya philosophy. He did that. So that's why he left. Prabhupada is saying in this very important purport, he is saying that Kapila had no more need to stay at home. So he took permission from his mother and left. Apparently, he left home for spiritual realization. Although he had nothing to realize spiritually, because he himself is the person of the spiritually realized. Therefore, this is an example set by the Supreme Personality of Godhead while acting like an ordinary human being, so that others might learn from him. He could, of course, have stayed with his mother, but he indicated that there was no need to stay with the family. It is best to remain alone as a brahmachari, sannyasi, or vanaprastha and cultivate Krishna consciousness throughout one's whole life. Those who are unable to remain alone are given license to live, in household life with wife and children, not for sense gratification, but for
Cultivation of Krishna.
this license is only for cultivation of consciousness. Okay. That means everyone try to become brahmachari. Okay. If they are not able to become, then they were grihastha. Everyone should try to become vanaprastha and sannyas. That is preferred. बार बार प्रभुपाद जी बोलते हैं, है ना?
भाई अगर स्वामी कीर्तन
अच्छा।
भजना नंदी है क्या नंदी
Prachar, actually, they should be fully engaged in here. Living means becoming alone means what? Now, no family affairs, no family, so engagement. Only Krishna conscious engagement. That is the meaning of living family. Yes, Vaishnava sannyas is okay, not the karma sannyas. सचापि तनयोक्तेन योगादेशेन योगयुगो तस्मिन्नाश्रम आप्ते सरस्वत्या समाहिता. As instructed by her son Devati, also began to practice Bhakti Yoga in that very ashram. She practiced Samadhi in the house of Kartamuni, which was so beautiful, decorated with the flowers that it was considered the flower crown of the river Saraswati, on the river of Saraswati. Kartamuni built such a nice mansion. 7 floors are there in that big mansion. He constructed that. That it can fly also. The whole mansion. So here Devati didn't leave, it's very important. Devati didn't leave her house because it is never recommended for a woman to leave her home. Never recommended. She is dependent. The very example of Devati was that when she was not married, she was under the care of her father, Swayambhu Manu. And then Swayambhu Manu gave her to Kartamuni in charity. आज बहुत लोगों की सुन के बहुत दर्द होता है, क्या चैरिटी के हम लोग वस्तु है क्या? तो लड़की बने वस्तु होता है क्या? हमारा भी कुछ रहता है। ऐसे कन्या दान किया जाता, सही वर्ग के लिए कन्या दान किया जाता है। इससे क्या होगा? जैसा पुत्र से पुन्नाम नरक से मुक्ति मिल जाता है, ऐसा पुत्रिका से क्या होता है? कन्यादान किया जाने से 10,000 साल स्वर्ग सूर्यलोक में जीने के लिए जो पुण्य चाहिए उतना पुण्य आ जाए। ये है, ऐसा नहीं कि लड़की से कुछ नहीं आता, लड़की से बहुत कुछ प्राप्ति होती। अच्छे से बढ़ा के किसी योग्य वर्ग को चैरिटी देंगे तो इतना आता है। मैं फ्रूटी वे में बोल रहा हूँ। She was under the care of her husband in youth, and then her son Kapila Muni was born. As soon as her son grew up, her husband left home. And similarly, the son, after discharging his duty towards his mother, also left. कुछ लोगों को ये सुन के, अरे ये कैसा है? सब लोग मिलकर भक्ति करना चाहिए, तीनों तो भक्ति हैं। Yes, Mother.
Now the husband is gone, the son has gone, father already has gone. Where is she going?
No, that's why he did arrangement. Without arrangement, they should.
So how?
But there are so many servants and everything. No, they will not.
They have never worked and they have never earned money with the service.
No, sufficient arrangements are done.
Huh?
In every case, it should be. Otherwise, they should do arrangements. Then only they should. Not like you can leave the woman on that road and you can go. It's wrong. They should make sure that protection of her is clear. Then only you should leave. Otherwise, no. It's true.
For doing service, it is changing the asana. Somebody must crush that.
No, changing the attachment. Sarva dharman parityaja.
In the rest ashrama also one can do this.
No, we are not saying that Grihasthashram one cannot become pure devotee, but Grihasthashram is not for lifelong. Grihasthashram only for 50 years. After that, Vanaprastha. After that, sannyas. यही है ना, जन्म जन्मों की बंधन, 7 जन्मों की बंधन। ये नहीं।
This is not much we talking about.
Then you should definitely. Then if it is above, then what is the need to be there? Then leave it at certain example that we should leave. If it is above, then what is the need of staying there?
And one conscience also play a very important role.
Huh? Yeah. Actually, here, Prabhu, now this time became so cool, so worst actually, because now we don't have forest and forest. Why they are selected? Because that's sattvic environment, but there are no forests. So now in the practical uses, so they should be most of the time involved in preaching activities. That is the meaning actually. Leaving house means घर का कोई आप लेना देना नहीं, पत्नी ये मांगी वो मांग करके वही पूरा करके बैठेंगे तो काम नहीं चल। बस अरेंजमेंट जो भी है अपना लड़का देख लेगा और आपका कोई बिजनेस नहीं उसमें। पूरा की पूरा 24 घंटा प्रचार का एक्टिविटीज में इन्वॉल्व होना चाहिए। जब भी कोई प्रचार का काम है तो वो तुरंत आगे निकल के आता है। ये 50 ईयर जो भी क्रॉस किया गृहस्थों का सबका यही है, यही घर छोड़ने के समान है।
Both of them should do reaching God.
Yes, that's good.
Both should engage in Krishna 124 hours a day.
That is also equal to living. But there should not be any attachment, pampering, and there is no kind of material should not be there. So that is only practical now. You don't have any forest now. But we should not also, we should be careful about on the name of spiritual साड़ी वो माने जैसे माया देवी कभी भक्ति महारानी का साड़ी ओढ़ के आ जाती है लगती है भक्ति महारानी लेकिन अंदर है माया जो ऐसे हमारा कॉन्शियस we should be careful, we should be sincere. That means we are so meant for Lord service 24 hours. That is a perfection. That is a perfection. That is the equal to leaving of house. Leaving of house means what? Here the point is so not making someone just हवा में छोड़ दिए एक औरत को ऐसा हवा में छोड़ना माने उससे सोसाइटी का और भी अनर्थ होगा। Disrespecting is not at all right actually. तो उधर क्या है main point? So attachment should not be there. If nicely there is arrangement is there, woman nicely sons are there, they are taking care of her. Then if they have a chance, then leave and you be in the temple 24 hours, sir. If chance is there, to do that. There is nothing wrong. So one should make sure that try to follow the ideal thing as much as possible.
घर पे नहीं
हाँ?
24 आवर्स भक्ति में तो घर पे
नहीं घर नहीं जाना है ना, यही बोल रहा हूँ। आइडियल थिंग के लिए फॉलो करने के लिए प्रयास करो, पूरा छोड़ने की मौका है तो छोड़ दो, लेकिन ऐसा व्यवस्था ही नहीं है तो अटैचमेंट तो कंपलसरी छोड़ो।
I heard in one of the seminars of Iskcon that they told that we need mantras in the society.
Yes,
Now,
a training is needed.
training, and we should take care of the brahmachari, we should take care. So that is, I think, ideal is the life after 50.
Yes, yes.
Both of them should engage Krishna consciousness, teaching birds, taking care of devotees,
yeah.
training them.
Vanaprasthas are the best teachers.
Yes.
They should be, that's why we should start Varnashrama college. We should plan for at least Varnashrama college. So,
Everybody then how they can be one person.
yeah. So,
Scared.
no. The Varnashrama, I'm saying one not one person. Varnashrama college teachers can be Vanaprasthas who have good time. Actually, they can be. They're experienced people in their life, and also they can learn the things, and they can give their experience to the new generation. They can teach Brahmacharya ashram, Grihastha ashram, Vanaprastha ashram, the dharmas, and also they can teach the skills, various skills, whatever they were. So that's why every temple Prabhupada wanted there should be a Varnashrama college. For that, these resources can be used actually. That I'm saying principles, but in this time, how to execute, then we should get the guidance from the authorities. But principle is attachment should be out. अब इतना हम लोग पीछे माता पीछे नहीं करना चाहिए, क्योंकि प्रिंसिपल इज व्हाट? लिविंग अटैचमेंट विथ वाइफ एंड चिल्ड्रन. That should be there. अभीक्ष्णावगाह कपिशान जटिलान कुटिलालकान आत्मानं चाक्रतपसा बिभ्रति चीरिणं कृशम्. तो देखिए माँ की गेटअप कैसा होने लगे. She began to bathe 3 times daily, and her curling back black hair gradually became grey. Due to austerity, her body gradually became thin. She wore old garments. पुराना साड़ी जो है वो पहनने लगी, और पूरा बाल. अभी क्या है, कोई अटैचमेंट नहीं, मानी बॉडीली कॉन्शियस पूरा निकल गया उनका, लेकिन 3 बार नहाती है। तो प्रभुपाद बोलते हैं, इट इज ए प्रैक्टिस ऑफ द योगी ब्रह्मचारी वानप्रस्थ सन्यासी टू bathe at least 3 times daily, early in the morning, during afternoon, and in the evening. These principles are strictly followed even by some grihasthas, especially brahmanas. At least grihasthas, they should bathe for 2 times. 2 times they should bathe, evening, morning and evening. Who are elevated in spiritual consciousness. Devahuti was a king's daughter, almost king's wife also. Although Kardamuni was not a king, by his yogic mystic powers, he accommodated Devahuti very comfortably in a nice place with maid servants and all opulence. But since she had learned austerity even in the presence of her husband, there was no difficulty for her to be austere. Before, after marriage also, she was having so austere life, so many years. And then after that, he got the, so all the opulence. And once again now, so going back to the austere life. Still, because her body underwent severe austerity after the departure of her husband and son, she became thin. To be too fat is not very good for spiritual advanced life. Rather, one should reduce, because if one becomes fat, it is an impediment to progress in spiritual understanding. बहुत ज्यादा मोटा हो जाएंगे तो क्या होता है, बुद्धि काम नहीं करेगी, मोटा बुद्धि होता है। मत माने मद ज्यादा बढ़ता है, मद माने एक प्रकार की लेजीनेस, सो जाएंगे, माने आलस बढ़ेगा। One should be careful not to eat too much, sleep too much, or remain in a comfortable position. So we should not look for the comfortable position also. Voluntarily accepting some penance and difficulties, one should take less food and less sleep. Next. प्रजापते कर्दमस्य तपो योगा विचृम्बितं स्व स्वगार्हस्थ्यामनपौम्यं प्रत्यं वैमानिकैरपि. The home and the household paraphernalia of Kardama, who was one of the Prajapatis, was developed in such a way by dint of his mystic powers of austerity and yoga that his opulence was sometimes envied by those who travel in outer space of in airplanes. करदम जी का घर इतना सुंदर है, उसके ऊपर से जो जाने वाला एयरप्लेन में जाने वाला, मैंने वो देवताओं भी देख के बहुत एनवियस फील करते थे, इतना सुंदर घर ऐसा बना के दिया उनके लिए। पयर्फेन निभाशय्या दान्ता रुक्मा परिच्छिदा आसनानि च हैमानि सुस्पर्शास्तरणानि च. The opulence of the household of Kardamuni is described here. The bedsheets and mattresses were all white as the foam of milk. The chairs and the benches were made of ivory and were covered by cloths of lace with golden filigree, and the couches were made of gold, had very soft pillows. स्वच्छा स्फटिक कुड्येषु महामारकतेषु च रत्न प्रदीप आभान्ति ललना रत्न संयुता. The walls of the house were made of first class marble, decorated with valuable jewels. There was no need of light, for household was illuminated by the rays of these jewels. The female chambers of the household were all amply decorated with jewelry. So best house. Gruhodyanam kusumitai ramyam pahvamar drumaihi kujat vihanga mithunam gayan matta madhuvratam. The compound of the main household was surrounded by beautiful gardens with sweet, fragrant flowers and many trees which produced fresh fruit and were tall and beautiful. The attraction of such gardens was that singing birds would sit on the trees, and other chanting voices as well as the humming sound of the bees made the whole atmosphere as pleasing as possible. Garmane sarana. Yatra pravishtam atmanam vibhudanam charajaguru papyam svala gandhinyam kardamenopalalitam. When Devuti would enter that lovely garden to take her bath in the pond filled with lotus flowers, The associates of the denizens of heaven, the Gandharvas, would sing about Kardama's glorious household life. Her great husband Kardama gave her all protection at all times. Prabhupada read the household life and wife relationship is very nicely described in this statement. Kardamuni gave Devuti all sorts of comforts in his duty as husband. Husband means he should give all comforts to wife. That's the duty of husband. And what is the duty of wife? But he was not at all attached to his wife. As soon as his son Kapiladev was grown up, Kardama at once left all family connection. Similarly, Devahuti was the daughter of a great king, Swayambhu Manu, and was qualified and beautiful, but she was completely dependent on the protection of her husband. As मैं भी शतरानी हूँ, मैं भी कुछ भी कर सकता हूँ, अपना independent कुछ देखा ही क्या? कुछ नहीं. According to Manu, women, the fair sex should not have independence at any stage of life. For स्त्री स्वातंत्र्यम न अर्हति. For women, there is no independence. This is absolutely, it should be implemented. Then only society will be peaceful. A woman who is dependent, she will be more happy than the woman who is. Woman who is dependent is more happy than the woman who is independent. Independent होकर कभी भी वो सुखी नहीं हो सकती. तो डिपेंडेंट होके बहुत अच्छा सुखी हो पाए. In childhood, a woman must be under the protection of the parents. In youth, she must be under the protection of the husband, and in old age, she must be under the protection of the grown children. Devahuti demonstrate all these statements of Manu Samhita in her life as a child of her father. हित्वा तदीप्सितम् अप्यकण्डालयोषितां किञ्चित् चकारवदनं पुत्र विश्लेषणातुरा. Although her position was unique from all points of view, saintly Devahuti, in spite of all her positions, which were envied even by the ladies of heavenly planets, gave up all such comforts. Even Devatas, they feel so much envious of the Devahuti because she was having so much comfortable life, but everything she left. She's in that house, but not utilizing any facility. She was only sorry that her great son was separate from her. लेकिन उनका एक चिंता है, मेरा बच्चा चले गया. क्यों? वो तो मेडिकल प्रेम है क्या? नहीं, वो तो भगवान है, इसीलिए उनका चिंता है. नेक्स्ट, वनम प्रव्रजिते पत्या वपत्या विरहातुरा नात तत्वापि भूनस्ते वत्से पूरिव वत्सला. Devuti's husband had already left home and accepted her renowned order of life. पति तो चल गया सन्यास बनकर. And then her only son Kapila left home. और कन्या कितना है? 9 कन्या भी शादी करके चले. अकेला है घर में, इतना बड़ा घर. तो क्या इसलिए दुखी है क्या? नहीं, कुछ नहीं. एक्चुअली इनको अच्छे से ज्ञान सब कुछ पता चला. Although she knew all the truths of life and death, and although her heart was cleansed of all that, she was very aggrieved at the loss of her son. Just as a cow is affected when her calf dies. It's not like a material attachment for son, no. Because he's the supreme Lord. So she used to say, what she used to say? Please bring my son home so that I may live. Otherwise I shall die. Like that she used to cry. मेरा बच्चा को वापस लाइए आप लोग. सेवकों से बोल दी थी, नहीं तो मैं मर जाऊंगा. This intense affection for the Supreme Lord, Supreme Personality of Godhead, she is having such a affection for them. This is a वात्सल्य भाव actually. वात्सल्य का अगर जैसा नंद महाराज और यशोदा मैया की. भगवान जाने के बाद वो लोग खाना पीना बंद कर दिए. पूरा किचन ऐसा पड़ा हुआ है कि रोज वो लोग कुछ खाना नहीं बनाते थे, पूरा धूल लग गया. इतना बढ़िया किचन. और कोई लाके कुछ उधर खीर रखते तो ब्राह्मणों अपना भोग लगा के भगवान को खीर लाके रखते थे उधर, वो भी नहीं खाते थे. सब वो भी दोना ऐसे पड़ा रहता था. ऐसा माँ निरंतर रोती रहती थी यशोदा मैया. एकदम 24 घंटा आंखों से अश्रु निकलते रहते थे, है ना. तो 46 चैप्टर पढ़ना चाहिए 10वें स्कंद में. मातृ प्रेम वात्सल्य प्रेम कैसा होता है. तो वैसे देवती का भी चिंता है भगवान के लिए. Every woman can qualify herself as much as Devuti. That means she can get such a vatsalya prema towards Lord. Every woman is qualified if they are able to cultivate this. And they can also have the Supreme Godhead as her son. They can make, that means vatsalya prema they can make towards the Lord. And they can cry for Lord like that. This is not impossible thing. If the Supreme Personality of God can appear as a son of Devuti, he can also appear as a son of any other woman. That means Lord can become. So, by if you do such a seva to him, Lord will become son to you. Well, you know, so impossibility in this. Provided that woman is qualified. If they do such a service to Lord, with that in that mood if they serve, then Lord will reciprocate like that. This is the point you should understand. ऐसा नहीं कि आपके घर में भी भगवान उत्पन्न हो जाएंगे. That means Lord will reciprocate like a son with you. That's the point. Next. तमेव ध्यायति देवम् अपत्यं कपिलं हरिं बभूवाचरितो वत्सा निस्पृहा तादृशे गृहे. Udra was always meditating upon her son, the Supreme Personality of God, Kapila Dev. She very soon became unattached to her nicely decorated home. पूरा एकदम इच्छा है इस घर के प्रति. यायति भगवद् रूपं यदा ध्यान गोचरं तुतः प्रसन्नवदनं समस्ता व्यस्त चिंतया. Thereafter, having heard that with great eagerness and in all details from her son Kapila, the eternally smiling personality of Godhead, Devuti began to meditate constantly upon the Vishnu from the Supreme Lord. इधर हैं, अब एक इम्पोर्टेंट बात है, आप लोगों को मैं बिना बोल के नहीं जा सकता हूँ. एक छोटा सा बात है, यही बात लास्ट बात है, इम्पोर्टेंट बात. तो मदर देवती क्या क्या सुनी है? अष्टांग सॉरी ज्ञान योग सुनी है, अष्टांग योग भी सुनी मैंने, और भक्ति योग सुनी. तो ये तीनों का सार ले लिए. तीनों का सार क्या है? तो ब्रह्मेति परमात्मेति भगवान इस शब्द थे, भगवान का ही सो पार्शियल रिप्रेजेंटेशन है परमात्मा और ब्रह्मन. इसीलिए वो क्या टेकअप की? भक्ति मार्ग को टेकअप की, भक्ति प्रोसेस को टेकअप की. उसमें भक्ति प्रोसेस में क्या है? तो अष्टांग योग का जो 8वां माने क्या है? सो यम नियम आसन प्राणायाम, हाँ 7वां वाला, 8वां नहीं 7वां वाला क्या है? ध्यान. सो अष्टांग योग का 7वां वाला को कैसा देखी वो? भक्ति योग का 3रा वाला क्या है? श्रवणम कीर्तनम स्मरणम. उधर ध्यान इज इक्वल टू इधर स्मरण है ना. और ज्ञान योग में क्या होता है? स्तम पदार्थ और तत्पदार्थ माने जीवात्मा और ब्रह्म दोनों का एक होना है ना, उसमें प्रिंसिपल. उसको इधर अडैप्ट कर ली भक्ति में. कैसे अडैप्ट कर लिए? इधर सेव और सेवक और सेव्य. तो इस प्रकार उन्होंने अष्टांग योग का और ज्ञान योग का जो एसेंस है उसको भक्ति योग में देखने लगी. उधर ब्रह्म और त्वम पदार्थ और तत्पदार्थ, तत्पदार्थ माने ब्रह्म ज्ञान योग में, और त्वम पदार्थ माने जीवात्मा. तो आत्मा और ब्रह्म दोनों एक होता है. इधर उन्होंने ये नहीं करूंगा मैं सेवक बनूंगा और भगवान सेवी है, ऐसा देख ली. और अष्टांग योग का जो 7वां अंग 7वां है, तो 8 अंग है ना अष्टांग योग में. 7वां अंग वो क्या है? ध्यान. वो ध्यान माने इधर का 3रा वाला स्मरण को है करके चिंतन करके वो पूरा के पूरा. ये ज्ञान योग और अष्टांग योग भक्ति योग से अलग नहीं है. इसीलिए मैं भक्ति योग का ही फॉलो करूंगा. मुझे अलग से ज्ञान योग और अष्टांग योग का अवलंबन नहीं करूंगा. ऐसा कंक्लूजन पर वो आकर भगवान की ध्यान की. और कौन सा लेवल पर थी वो? भाव लेवल पर थी वो. भक्ति प्रवाह योगेन वैराग्येन बलीयसा युक्तानुष्ठान जातेन ज्ञानेन ब्रह्म हेतुना विशुद्धेन तदात्मानम् आत्मना विश्वोतव मुखम स्वानुभूत्या तिरोभूत माया गुण विशेषणम. तो इसमें क्या है? शी डिड सो विथ सीरियस एंगेजमेंट इन डिवोशनल सर्विस Because she was strong in renunciation, she accepted only the necessities of the body. And she accepted only necessities of the body. She became situated in the knowledge due to realization of the absolute truth. Her heart became purified. She became fully absorbed in meditation upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and all miscues due to the modes of material nature disappeared. Okay. Next. ब्रह्मण्यवस्थितं मतिर्भगवत्यात्म संशये निवृत्ता जीवापत्तित्वात्. What is it? Kshina kleshapta nirvrita. Her mind became completely engaged in Supreme Lord, and she automatically realized the knowledge of the impersonal Brahman. As a Brahman realized soul, she was freed from the designations of materialistic conception of life. Thus, all material plans disappeared, and she attained transcendental bliss. By doing this Bhakti Yoga process, finally, each is involved of the so Jnana and also Ashtanga Yoga, which are not different from the Bhakti Yoga process. So in that way, she got the perfection. Here, one important thing: the Sanskrit statement Anarthanurti indicates that this body is unwanted. We are spirit soul, and there was never any need of this material body. But because we wanted to enjoy the material body, we have this body. Through the material energy under the direction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As soon as we are re-established in our original position of servitorship to the Supreme Lord, we begin to forget the necessities of the body, and at last we forget the body. So, बहुत लोग बोलते हैं और ये भी पढ़िए, but when we are awakened to Krishna consciousness, we forget all these bodies. That means pure devotion means surrendering fully. Even we forget how to, that means who will maintain this body, that also we don't care. So that is the meaning of surrendering. That is the meaning of Drashraddha. So Sarvopadi Vinirmuktam Tatparam Nirmalattam Rishike Sevanam Bhakti Ruchite. The bodily necessities become secondary. For the primary necessity is the engagement of the soul in real spiritual life. The activities of devotional service in full Krishna consciousness are the cause of our being situated in transcendence. So that's why the activities here, the line you read it. The activities of devotional service in full Krishna consciousness are the cause of our being situated in transcendence. If you are still in the bodily consciousness and if you do devotion, that devotion is not transcendental. That means those activities are fully or not transcendental. It means what? So the conditioned person who is still in the bodily platform, he cannot be in purely devotion. इसका अर्थ ये है, जो व्यक्ति ये दृढ़ श्रद्धा पर आ जाते हैं, माने वो बॉडीली प्लेटफॉर्म से बाहर होना ही पड़े, तभी जाकर, माने बॉडी इज नॉट प्राइमरी फॉर हिम, body relations are not primary for him. Sarvadharman parijyajya and sarvopadi nirmuktam. So that is the situation actually one should be having. And with fully is engaging himself in transcendental activities. That is the meaning of Krishna, full Krishna consciousness. Here it is said, the seventh stage of Ashtanga Yoga, that is dhyana, under that this dhyana is the third stage of devotional service. And the like that. And also, Tvam and Tattva of the Jnana Yoga is seen as Sevakansi. Nityaruda samadhitva paravritta gunabrahma na sasmara tadatmanam swapne drishtimivottita. Situated in eternal trance and freed from illusion, impelled by modes of material nature, she forgot her material body just as one forgets his different bodies in dream. A great Vaishnava said that he who has no remembrance of his body is not bound to material existence. As long as we are conscious of our bodily existence, it is to be understood that we are living conditionally under the three modes of material nature. When one forgets his bodily existence, his conditional material life is over. This forgetfulness is actually possible when we engage our senses in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. In conditional state, one engages his senses as member of family or a member of a society or a country. But when one forgets all such a membership in material circumstances and realizes that he is an eternal servant of the Supreme Lord, that is actual forgetfulness of material existence. That means in the pure devotional service, one should forget he is a member of family, he is a member of country, or a member of society, member of this caste or this creed, everything, and he should be identifying himself as only the servant of the Lord, and in that way, in that consciousness, he should do 24 hours service to the Lord. That is known as pure devotion. That is pure devotion. ऐसा नहीं कि ये भी चलेगा मायादास और कृष्णदास, थोड़ा समय ये थोड़ा समय वो नहीं चलता. The forgetfulness actually occurs when one renders service unto Lord. A devotee no longer works with the body for sense gratification with family, society, country, human, and so on. He simply works for the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. That is, notice, this forgetfulness actually occurs when one renders service unto the Lord. A devotee no longer works with the body for sense gratification with family, society, country, humanity, and so on. He simply works for the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. That is perfect. That is perfect Krishna consciousness. Okay. So that's the Prabhupada is again and again in his purports is clearly mentioned what is perfect Krishna consciousness. We are understanding with our conditioning state of mind, and we are thinking that mixed devotion also pure devotion. That is our lacking in our understanding of Krishna consciousness. It's very important to read purports very so carefully actually. Tatyeha paratah posho pyakrushaschadya sambhava babho malayiravachannaha sadhuma iva pavakaha. Her body was being taken care by spiritual damsels created by her husband Kartama, and since she had no mental anxiety at that time, her body didn't become thin. She appeared just like a fire surrounded by smoke. So there is no further thing actually because she is no anxiety in his heart, in her heart. As per Ayurveda, if there is no anxiety in the heart, so there will become fat actually. According to Ayurvedic medicine, that if one free from the anxiety, he generally becomes fat. Devati being situated in the Krishna consciousness had no mental anxieties, and therefore her body didn't become thin. Initially something, but after that no thin. The next one, Swangam tapo yogamayam mukta klesham gatambaram daivaguptam na bubude vasudeva parishtadhi. Because she was always absorbed in the thought of Supreme Personality of Godhead, she was not aware that her hair was sometimes loosened or her garments were disarrayed. एवं सा कपिलोक्तेन मार्गेण चरितः परम् आत्मानं ब्रह्म निर्वाणं भगवन्तमवापः. My dear Mitra, by following the principles illustrated by Kapila, Devati soon became liberated from material bondage, and she achieved the Supreme Personality of Godhead as super soul without difficulty. She got the final goal. तद्वीरासित् पुण्यतमं क्षेत्रं त्रैलोक्य विश्रुतं नाम्ना सिद्धपदं यत्र सा संसिद्धिमुपेयुषी. The place where Devati achieved her perfection, my dear Vidura, is understood to be a most sacred spot. It is known all over the three worlds as Siddhapada. It is there in the near Saraswati. I don't know the place. I think in North India only somewhere. Siddhapada. That's a Brahma Sarovar. Sorry, Bindu Sarovar. Maybe near to that. Tasyastat yoga vidutam Atyam Madhyama Bhutsarit Srotasam Pravara Saumya Siddhida Siddha Sevita. Dear Vidura, the material elements of her body have melted into water and are now a flowing river, which is the most sacred of all rivers. Anyone who bathes in that river also attains perfection, and therefore all persons who desire perfection go where? There. Siddhida, river Siddhida actually. I don't know. I don't know. Kapilopi Mahayogi Bhagavan Piturashramat Mataram Samanugnapya Prabhudichim Dishamyayo. My dear Vidura, the great sage Kapila, the personality of God, he left his father's heritage with permissions of his mother and went towards the northeast. Siddhacharana Gandharvai Muni Vishchapsaro Ganai Stuyamana Samudrena Dattan Hananiketina. While he was passing in the northern directions, all the celestial denizens known as Charanas and Gandharvas, as well as the Munis and the damsels of heavenly planets prayed and offered him all respect. The ocean offered him oblations and a place of residence. Aste yogam samastayam samkhyacharyera vishnutah trayanam api lokanam upashanti samahitah. Even now, Kapila Muni is staying there in a trance for the deliverance of the conditioned souls in 3 worlds. And all the acharyas of our great teachers of the Sankhya philosophy are worshipping him. Where is that? That is in Ganga Saga. Etan nigati tamtata yutprushtoham tavanaga kapilasya cha samvado devahutyascha pavana. My dear son, since you have inquired from me, I have answered. O sinless one, who is saying this? Maitreya. The descriptions of Kapil Dev and his mother and their activities are the purest of all discourses. Yaidanam yaidamanushrunoti yobidatte Kapila Mune Matatma Yoga Guhyam Bhagavati Krutani Suparna Keta Vapo Upalabeta Bhagavat Padaravidam. The description of the dealings of Kapila and his mother is very confidential, and anyone who hears or reads his narrations will become a devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is carried by Garuda, and he thereafter enters into the abode of the Supreme Lord to engage in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. So, whoever hearing these teachings of Kapila, descriptions of the dealings of Kapila with his mother is very confidential, and anyone who hears what is falsity, in falsity बिना सुन के चले गए लोग और लास्ट में मिस हो गया. Of course, I became late, but
हमको जाएंगे
हाँ?
जितने लोग बड़े हो
आप लोग मिल जाएगा.
पहले चले
Anyone who पहले चले थोड़ा सा कितना 5-10 मिनट बस. And anyone who hears or reads this narration becomes a devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead who carried by Garuda. Okay? And he thereafter enters into the abode of the Supreme Lord to engage in the transcendental loving service of God. The narration of Kapila Deva and his mother Devaki is so perfect and transcendental that even if one only hears or reads this description, he achieves the highest perfection of goal, because he will be assured that he is progressing in spiritual path. One day definitely he will be getting the perfection of life. But he engages in the loving service of the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There is no doubt that Devati, who had the Supreme Lord as her son, and who followed the instructions of the Kapil, so nicely attained the highest perfection of human life. She got this example actually. She did see, so clear proof is there. These teachings, Kapila teachings, heard by Devati, she is an ordinary woman, and she became perfect. Actually, she is not ordinary woman. She is a Lord's mother. Always, she is a perfect woman. She example actually. And for the sake of audience, we should say like that only. So she became perfect, and this is a live example. One should take this teaching so seriously, and they also should practice and get the success. Thus end the Bhakti and the purpose of the third canto, 33rd chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Activities of Kapila. The end of the third canto. Thank you very much for all of you for extended time. I told na Ashtanga Yoga you can take into the left side or right side. If you use Ashtanga Yoga, so for the getting the Brahman, then it's a part of Jnana Yoga only. If you Ashtanga Yoga, if you take it for the realizing the Bhagavan, that's Salokya Mukti, then you can take it as just one of the Bhakti Yoga path. In that file, already it's mentioned.
But you know, how is the Bhakti of the Jnana? How does it take that? Bhakti.
Who will decide? Association.
The Bhakti done by the Jnana rules, not
Bhakti,
done by the Jnana rules. What is it? It's possible.
Dhyana Yogis. They do Shravanam Kirtanam Bhakti and they also do yoga. Yoga Misrita Bhakti they do, they will get Salokya. They get Krishna, Vishnu they get, but it's a Mukti only. They don't do any service. It's said in the 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Okay, thank you very much for all of you for extension of your time. I'm really sorry. I think extra day with extra time. This is really, I'm sorry. I'm not able to follow the time. Actually, Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. We are all overall and understand the devotion, which is so amazing. And it's not only the depth of Krishna. Krishna consciousness is perfection is endless.
Yes, but
Like the depth of the ocean. And that's the experience the depth of the So all kinds of times we love this one short. So thank you so much for sharing your wonderful connections and thank you so much for many devotees realization quite a few important fundamentals which were difficult to understand. So we could
and also I request whatever that stressing point I am doing that pure devotion. So I'm just trying to show that our goal is still little far actually. So we should not be feel that we already achieved and we have nothing to work out. So that's why in that sense, so take it positively. Don't get discouraged that, oh, I'm not doing pure devotion. What is this? Like that, don't get discouraged. So it's with the positive you should take and with positive spirit and something we should really achieve something. In the last, Prabhupada also said, one should come out from family and also all the membership we should take out and do service for Krishna. That is the perfect of Krishna consciousness. The writing, so that such a lines are very weight lines actually. So take it seriously as it is. And we try to become servants of our acharyas.
taking a short amount of time.
So that means one should be completely, so forget he is the member of a family, means just for नाम के family का होंगे लेकिन काम तो पूरा कृष्ण का होंगे और प्रचार का होंगे पूरा पूरा प्रचार की सेवा में लगे होना चाहिए हर एक व्यक्ति. Thank you very much.
Which also means it's seen as fellow devotees in the family. One could see just fellow devotees.
Yeah, they can. Yeah. Maturely, they should take that means so their steps, but their goal should be achieved as much as possible in this life only. So like that, they should endeavor. So they pray to acharyas and pray to Prabhupada and Guru. So definitely, it is possible. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. Firstly, I'd like to forget some of this spirit I missed quite a few sessions before and part of it.
No problem. So you can hear on the recordings.
Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Prabhupada मुझे ये याद
Dila Prabhupada ki
Prabhupada Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram. Shobha.
Cake and ice cream.
Thanks. Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for your good appointment. Mother, thank you, Mataji. Satya Mataji. Thank you for your breakfast.